To be a Steeler is to consider others before you consider yourself. To protect your brother, even from himself. To give support at your own expense. And when wearing the black and gold suit of armor, make sure nobody desecrates it, disrespects it. Most importantly, we ourselves don't dishonor it. Approval from previous legends who have donned the black and gold. These virtues I learned while playing for the Steelers are what make the legacy of the black and gold timeless. They are passed down in the locker room from the steel curtain to anyone who valiantly wears the black and gold. Creating a brotherhood that is deeper than money, business, and winning. To be a Steeler is to consider others before you consider yourself. This is our culture, Steeler culture.
Now, here are your hosts, Rob and Dan, the Steel Twins.
Steelers Nation, how we doing? How we doing on this Monday afternoon? Thank you guys so very much for joining us on yet another edition of the Steeler Culture Podcast, where we break down Pittsburgh Steelers football, as this live stream is presented by our friends over at Prize Picks. We will get into them just in a little bit, but Steeler Nation, it is the best time of the NFL offseason. It is officially draft week. How we feeling about it, bro?
Dude, we are, well, you and me personally, we're 2 days away from being in the city of Pittsburgh.
2 days.
2 days. We will be leaving for the great city of Pittsburgh come Wednesday morning. That is when we'll be leaving for Pittsburgh.
Bright and early, bro. Bright and early.
Bright and early. I expect it to be packed. I expect the drive-in to be chaotic.
Yeah, isn't the anticipated attendance supposed to be like over 700,000?
I can't imagine it's going to be that much, but it's going to be a huge crowd.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, like, the draft being hosted in Pittsburgh, it's a rarity, right? Like how often does the city of Pittsburgh really host NFL events?
Exactly. Or for the fact that even next year it's going to be in Washington, D.C., which is actually closer to us than Pittsburgh is.
Yes, where we live, it's actually 2 hours away, where Pittsburgh's, on a good day, is about 3.5 hours.
Yes.
So,
but that's not going to stop us from making that drive all the way down to Pittsburgh.
Hey, listen, man, all options are on the table if I have to do my best Omar Khan impression.
Yes, yes. They actually just got done with the little media presser. They didn't say much of anything.
Very little. Very little. Some of the basic stuff that you would expect, specifically Omar Khan to say, just more of all options are on the table. It's too early to tell, and we'll just see how everything goes.
Right, pretty much. But we do have a show for you guys today. It's good to be back in the live streams. You guys can expect the live stream every day this week. That includes tomorrow. That includes Wednesday, probably live in Pittsburgh. And, of course, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, of course.
Yes, the plan is to go live in attendance for the NFL draft for both day one and day two.
Yes.
Or night one, night two.
Still got to figure some things out, but I have an idea. I have a strategy.
You have a vision,
I have
bro.
a vision.
You have a vision.
I have a vision.
I'm here to help, bro.
The plan is, like, whether we're going to be under that big-ass tent thing they built in the parking lot of Heinz Field or sitting in Heinz Field, we'll be there. We'll be live, and I can't wait. What have the Steelers got in line? What have the Steelers got in order?
Hopefully it's not a quarterback in the first round.
No.
Let's not do that.
No. But You guys can expect that every day this week. We want to thank you guys for tuning in this afternoon. It's Monday afternoon for the Steeler Culture Podcast.
On 420. 420, bro.
Yes. Hope you guys are celebrating responsibly.
Responsibly. So just be careful out there. But enjoy yourselves.
Yes.
On 420 day.
Yes. Please enjoy yourselves. I'm sure the lines for the medical distributions are stacked right now. I can only imagine.
Hey, man. Some people need them.
I am not
as long as it's medical.
I am not a user, but I do believe in the health benefits. So, by all means, enjoy yourselves. We have a show for you guys. We're going to talk about the Nick Herbig and Alex Highsmith situation, where there was an article that was popped up that in regards to there might be some trade talks in regards to Alex Highsmith and Nick Herbig potentially getting traded before, during, or even after the draft. It's something that's inevitably going to happen. One of them is going to have to leave. We know exactly who shouldn't leave, but one of them's obviously going to have to leave town. Will it happen during the draft? I don't think so, unless they get a certain prize that's going to allow them to either trade up or get some serious capital that's going to allow them to do something significant for next year's draft.
Yes.
We have some information on Broderick Jones, as that was released this morning. There was a setback on Broderick's neck injury.
Yeah, man, just not some good news for Broderick Jones. It's very unfortunate. We'll get into that for sure.
And Aaron Rodgers. There is no answer. There is no news. There is no arrival. I don't expect there one to be. I mean, Art Rooney thought there was going to be by the draft. There's still time, I suppose, but there's been no word.
No, not really any update, but Will Howard is going into the beginning of minicamp as quarterback one.
As he should.
As he should.
As he should.
That's the direction that you and I have been talking about, that we've discussed, and something that we prefer, because I just don't see the benefit of bringing back a 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
We do not need Mason Rudolph getting quarterback one drills in minicamp as well, because, I mean, what's the point in that? You might as well just give it to the young cat. You already know what you got in Mason. You might as well give the opportunity, the important reps.
Considering all the praise that Will Howard has gotten from Aaron Rodgers, from Omar Khan, from Mike McCarthy, basically from the entire Steelers facility.
Yeah.
The whole organization. So see what he's got.
Now, don't get it wrong. I do believe he will be back. I do believe there is an agreement that he will be back. It's just a matter of whenever Aaron Rodgers is ready. It probably won't be until next year, or at this point next year. It won't be until like last year, where it was right before training camp. Like all the mandatory stuff was gone, and then training camp came around, and that's when he came and signed. That's probably going to be the same case this year.
Man, I was really hoping it was just only a 1 year sort of thing.
Well, so did Omar Khan. He said during the combine, he's like, yeah, we don't anticipate this going on as long as it did last year. Are you sure about that, Mr. Omar? Arguably the second, we expect a decision by the draft. We have 72 hours and some change.
That we do, bro. I don't get it. I
don't blame Aaron Rodgers. I blame the Pittsburgh Steelers. They did this to themselves. It doesn't change anything regarding the quarterback situation or their pick in the first round, nor should it.
No, not at all.
If anyone's saying go get Ty Simpson, no, please.
I'm telling you right now, Ty Simpson should not be a first-round selection. You could argue he's quarterback 2. That's fine and dandy, but just because he's quarterback 2 doesn't mean he should be a first-rounder. I'm just saying that out loud right now.
No,
that's my 2 cents on that.
We need to go trade up for a receiver, a guard, or take BPA at that point. Quarterback should not be in discussion at all.
At least not until day 3. That's our preference, but it won't surprise me in late day 2.
Right. There's a poll in the chat for you guys. Will the Steelers, or will there be a trade during the NFL draft regarding the Pittsburgh Steelers? Yes or no? And a wide 88% say yes, there will be. And that could be in regards to anything. Do they trade a player away during the draft?
Matter of fact, when's the last time they traded a player away during the draft?
Bryant.
Was that Bryant to the Raiders for a third rounder?
Pretty sure it was Martavis Bryant.
Come to think of it, you might be correct.
And it happened night 1. That was the same draft class we took, Terrell Edmonds.
Yes, that's right.
And James Washington. And Mason Rudolph.
Yes. As a matter of fact, wasn't that third? Didn't that come in handy getting Rudolph? Or was that another player?
I don't know.
I can't remember. It might have came handy in Rudolph. Nonetheless, it's been a bit since the Steelers traded away a player during the draft.
Well, it's not often you get a player trade during the draft. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the last time it happened, wasn't that the year that A.J. Brown and Hollywood Brown both got traded for first-round picks?
I believe that was the last time we were in Pittsburgh. We were in our hotel room with our buddy Colt Steele. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
It was A.J. Brown to the Eagles for a first, and it was Hollywood Brown to the Cardinals for a first. That was the Kenny
year.
That was Kenny. The last time we were in Pittsburgh for the draft, we drafted a quarterback in the first round, and it was Kenny Pickett.
Unless someone in the chat can let me know if there was a more recent time that someone got traded during the draft. I believe that was the last time that happened. I don't see that happening.
Off the top of my head, I think that's the most recent.
I don't see that happening this year either for any team. I know there's rumors of A.J. Brown going to the Patriots. That's probably not going to be till after June 1st.
That's according to Schefter, yeah.
For cap reasons. Anyone else that could get traded? Dexter Lawrence just got traded to the freaking Bengals.
Yeah, just what was it, last night?
Yeah, just no,
or two nights ago. 2 nights ago.
Saturday night.
Yeah, Sexy Dexy is now a Cincinnati Bengal, and he got a big extension.
Yes,
from the Bengals,
which makes me wonder why not just keep Trey Hendrickson? I know they play 2 different positions, but you traded top capital and paying top money for a top defender.
Yeah, now the Giants have the 5th overall and the 10th overall pick.
I guess. Now that kind of makes me really want to go up and get Ioane.
Or Lemon, because that would be in front of Miami, who need a receiver badly.
Yeah.
So
because I was thinking, like, if we want to go get a guy like Lemon, we probably got to jump in front of the Dolphins because they traded Waddle. They don't have receivers.
Yeah, of course.
But we couldn't do that before this happened, before the Dexter trade, because Bengals had the 10th pick, and there's no way they were trading to a division rival.
No.
Now that gives us an opportunity. You know what? Maybe the Giants are more open to trading. They already have the 5th pick. They can damn well get another top 5 player that's probably going to fall at 10. But if they get a decent offer, maybe we trade in front of the Dolphins to go get a guy like Lemon.
Yeah, they get some extra capital, and it just opens up a window for the Steelers to trade up in front of position-needy teams like the Dolphins or even the Ravens at that, and just take a player that they have looked at.
Yep.
Specifically Vega and Lemon, who they both brought in for top 30 visits. So that window's open, and we could just say, hey, Bengals, yeah, you got Dexter, but you know what? F you. We're going to take that pick from the Giants that you gave to the Giants, and we're going to take advantage of it.
Anything can happen, man. Anything can happen.
That window's open for sure. You know, there's the flexibility. The flexibility of doing so.
Omar and the Steelers have 12 picks, Steeler Nation. 12 picks.
A lot.
I know it's overstated, but that's very telling to me. I do have a bit of an inkling that there could be a trade. I'm not going to entirely expect it, but if there's a year for them to do it, they have all the ammo in the world.
It's one of those instances where it's I'll believe it when I see it sort of deal. Do I think it's likely? Yes, I do, because you have 12 picks. I think you have the flexibility to do so.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like it really depends on how the draft board falls and who's there, and just really depends on how negotiations go. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it really depends on that night.
Well, I would say trade partners are now like the Giants, the Cowboys at 12, the Rams if they really want to trade back from 13.
I would say the Buccaneers at 15.
Right.
That really depends on if any player falls that far.
Yeah. That's probably the most likely, because I don't see them going into, like, inside the top 10. Like, say the Commanders. They have picks 7 and 71. Like, that's a wide difference before picks.
Long wait.
So if there's a team that's going to trade out of a spot in the top 10, it's most likely the Commanders because they need capital. I don't see the Steelers being one of those teams, because to trade inside the top 10 is going to require 2027 capital. And ain't no way in hell Omar Khan is doing that, because you already know what that capital is going to be used for.
Unless they throw in a player in there, a top player in there, to kind of aid in not giving up 2027 capital.
It's very possible. Considering their edge room, they have three starting edge guys.
Yes.
They have Watt, they have Herbig, and they have Highsmith. But there was an article that came out, and we'll pop it up on the screen here shortly. Could one get traded during the draft? Now, before we get into reading it and the whole discussion, I don't exactly think that's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Probably not during the draft, but at some point, someone's got to go. And Herbig's got to stay.
Herbig's one guy, not to interrupt you.
No.
Herbig's one guy you don't let walk. That would be a huge critical mistake by the Steelers.
He is a keeper. He is the keep.
Yes.
Like for the ones that played Madden all those years ago, and I'm talking about the 2000s and the early 2010s. Remember in the PS2 Maddens where you would have your franchise mode, and then when it comes to trading players, you would have like 3 guys you would have as like players can't touch them. And no matter what, Polamalu was always the first one you picked as a non-touch. That was for me.
Yeah,
that's what Nick Herbig is to the Steelers. He's a non-touch in terms of trade. Like, there will be talks. That doesn't mean he's going to go. Same thing with Highsmith. But the thing is, Herbig's got to stay, and either Highsmith or Watt's got to go.
Well, I'm telling you right now, Watt's not going. Not after that extension. They gifted him a big contract extension. After giving him the extension, they're not going to move him. The best time for them to move them was before that extension. But it's too late for that.
I couldn't agree more.
So I can't see the Steelers, after giving him that contract, just trading Watt away.
I don't think it's going to happen either. Do I think he should be the one to go? Yes, because he's older. but it's harder now because of the contract they locked themselves in.
And that's the Steelers' fault right there. They should have listened to trade calls, because I think there was a report by Schefter that they were receiving trade calls regarding Watt, but they were too blind in their pursuit of a Super Bowl championship with Aaron Rodgers that they just gifted Watt the extension.
Yeah, and now they're locked into that, and I don't think trading him is a possibility anymore. It never really was, but especially not now than before.
Yeah.
Which leaves Highsmith as like the only guy that's probably going to be traded, because at least with his contract, it's not crazy, and it doesn't force the Steelers to take a massive cap hit compared to Watt's contract.
Right.
So if there's one person that's probably most likely going to get traded in the edge room for the Steelers, it's probably going to be Highsmith. The way you do it is, I don't think it happens during the draft, unless it allows you to trade into the top 10 or trade to a spot where you can get a legitimate X-factor playmaker, like a Caleb Downs, who I don't think is going to fall out of the top 10, or a Mekhi Lemon, or a Ioane, or even a Jordan Tyson, because he looks healthy.
Yes.
Like, unless you can use him as ammo to trade up to go get one of those guys or get into the top 10, I don't see him being traded during the draft. However, I do see him being traded at some point after the draft. Maybe not this season. Maybe not till midseason. It might not be until next offseason. It might not be until after 2026 that season. So what that means is, what is Alex Highsmith's price to be traded? It would have to be 2027 cap. So if it's during the draft, it's got to be to get you very high into the top 10 or to get a significant playmaker in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's for serious 2027 capital that's going to allow you to trade up for your quarterback.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only reason you trade Alex Highsmith between now, the draft, or sometime beyond that. Though that's the only compensation that would be willing enough for the Steelers to move on to Alex Highsmith, in my opinion. You either go get a big X-factor playmaker in this year's draft, or you get serious capital that's going to allow you to do what you got to do to go get your guy in 2027.
Right, exactly. Now, when it comes to the edge situation, again, Herbig should be the one guy that should not be moving. He should not be traded. The Steelers should not let him walk in free agency. The Steelers need to lock them down, honestly, ASAP. They need to.
Yes.
And it's a very unlikely scenario for the Steelers to keep Watt, Highsmith, and extend Herbig and keep him and have three premier edge rushers be gifted top-end money. It doesn't seem like a smart business decision doing so.
No, and frankly, I do firmly believe this is going to be the last year we get all three in that room, because you just can't keep them all. You can't. Well, first of all, you can't keep Herbig as just a rotational piece, as a limited guy. He's a starter on any other team.
Yeah, like that role, like he served that purpose. He served that role greatly. He's exceeded that now. It is time for him to be given full-time reps.
Dude, he is a double-digit sack guy. Like, if the season started today.
Yes.
He's that good. He's that explosive.
I made the argument that, now, Highsmith had a great year last year. Watt had a down year, and I know he was riddled with injuries and whatnot, but Highsmith had a great year, almost double digits. But I would argue Herbig, even in limited capacity, he was the best pass rusher the Steelers had last year.
Sure.
Because of just his impact, his burst, his explosiveness. Who remembers the Week 18 game versus the Ravens? Like, he played what? I think 6 snaps in that game.
That's a crime.
But he had a sack in that game, and he came crucial trying to rush Lamar, where Danny basically almost bursted his throat out.
Yeah.
Like it goes to show, even in limited reps, which Herbig should no longer see limited reps, he's got that impact factor. He's got that credibility to his name.
Well, at the same time, so does Highsmith. And one of his biggest roles for the team and the defense is his rush defense. He's easily, far and away, our best rushing defensive edge guy. Like, that is his key component to the defense. He's a hell of an edge rusher. He's got arsenal pass rush moves. He can get a lot of pressure. He might not get a lot of sacks or a lot of double-digit sack seasons, but he gets a lot of pressure, and he's a strong run defender. Herbig gets a ton of pressures. He gets to the quarterback even in the smallest of snaps that he's given.
Mm-hmm.
His rush defense saw an improvement last year. It still needs some improvement, but I think still you can't hold him down too long.
No, and I do think Herbig is very capable of stopping the run if you were to give him the starting edge position opposite of Watt.
Right.
Now, Highsmith, like, we know he's a great player. He's done great as a Pittsburgh Steeler. He's a great run defender, great pass rusher, and he is an impact player. He's one of the more underrated pass rushers throughout the entire NFL.
Right.
But again, the NFL is a business. It comes to a cost when you have a guy like Herbig who deserves to be a starting edge guy, who deserves to get more reps on that defense, especially with Patrick Graham now leading the charge, which I'm super excited for. I'm looking forward to that. Herbig deserves to be a big part of that, a big component of that. But the NFL is a business, and you got to make sacrifices. And it seems Highsmith is the likely candidate if it were to transpire.
Well, if it's one of the two, so let's say, because Watt's not being touched, I think he should definitely be in talks for being traded, but they're not going to do that with his contract now. So it's between one of these two, Herbig or Highsmith. Herbig's a keep. Highsmith's the most expendable guy, unfortunately, just based off contracts and who they have in that room. And just a realistic factor of which one gets traded. So it's probably Highsmith. We don't know when, we don't know how, we don't know for what. But at some point, the decision has to be made. I don't think it happens this week during the draft, but it's going to happen inevitably. It's just one of those things that you just know is going to happen. But in regards to the article here on Yahoo Sports, this is where it all first started coming about. Expectations for 2026 NFL Draft. There'll probably be a lot of trades. Here's who could be on move before and afterward. And this was written by Charles Robinson. Not the WWE ref. Charles Robinson.
No, not Lil Nate. Not him.
So he writes here, Alex Highsmith, Nick Herbig, linebackers for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Highsmith's name, along with fellow edge Nick Herbig, are definitely floating around front offices as the draft approaches, although it seems that any trade would be a one but not both scenario, with Highsmith being the likelier candidate to get moved. I do agree on that.
Yes.
Highsmith turns 29 in August and still has 2 years remaining for the total scheduled base salary of $30 million, $14.5 million in 2026 and $15.5 million in 2027. With a strong year in 2026, it's expected he'll try to get back to negotiating table for an extension that resets his salary and gets him another 2 years of guaranteed money. That's where the Nick Herbig eventual extension comes to play, because you can't pay them all. One's got to go.
Yeah. Not to mention the looming extensions with a Keanu Benton or a Joey Porter Jr. especially.
Or Chris Boswell.
Seeing
Brandon Aubrey's contract getting $7 million a year.
Yeah. The contract
Boswell's going to break that.
Yeah.
You got to keep him.
Big time.
So the ideal situation is at some point Highsmith gets traded, you save that cap, and then give that to Herbig. And then he's your next edge rusher alongside TJ, right? You get that Wisconsin Badger duo. With Herbig waiting in the wings and having been very productive while rotating with Highsmith and TJ Watt, the Steelers are expected to take some calls on Highsmith if the phone rings. As a high-level personnel executive said, I think they will trade one of them between Highsmith and Herbig. While Herbig's name has come up in conversation with teams about potential trade targets, it feels like the more acquirable player at this point would be Highsmith. Herbig is younger and has been productive despite limited starts. He's 100% correct in that.
Yes.
The compilation is that he's ascending, and for the contract extension after the season and the market for him, bearing an injury or setback in his play, is quickly moving north. As a platoon player.
I thought it was platoon.
I said that, platoon.
Okay.
His sack totals have gone from 3 as a rookie to 5.5 in the second year and then 7.5 last season. Again, this is as an edge rotational piece.
Yes.
Crazy.
Impressive numbers.
With another setup in performance, his next deal, and this is almost certainly being conservative, may have to start with $20 million annual average as a salary floor. That's the floor, dude. So, yes, at some point, one of these guys got to go, and we already know that it's going to be Highsmith. I would like it to be Watt just based off the fact he's getting older.
And just keep the edge room younger with Highsmith, who's going to be 29, but he's obviously younger than Watt still.
But who takes the less hit in terms of cap for the Steelers? It's Highsmith.
It's Highsmith.
So, thus, he's most likely to get traded. The only way he gets traded during the draft is if it allows him to get up so high that you get a significant playmaker. That's the only way he gets traded during the draft. Otherwise, I don't think it happens.
No.
And Herbig's not getting traded. He doesn't get touched. As a matter of fact, he shouldn't even get to the point where he's a free agent. Because if you do that, one, you have to franchise tag him. Two, you run the risk of him walking, and then you're left with two aging edge guys and Jack Sawyer.
Yeah, and you don't think that if Herbig were to go into free agency and listen to offers, you don't think that he's going to look at those bigger opportunities from other teams
100%.
and getting a bag at the same time? Herbig's absolutely going to listen to those.
100%.
This is where the Steelers need to act as fast as they possibly can and locking down Herbig. He's the one guy that you don't move away from. You don't trade away. And I remember earlier in the offseason, we made a video about this, about like Herbig being a part of trade scenarios where like, oh, the Steelers could trade away Nick Herbig for a Tanner McGee of the Eagles or a Mac Jones of the 49ers. I'm like, What are we doing
Dude,
here?
we were at the beginning stages of the offseason, right before free agency even hit, and people were putting those out in articles. We're like, you're out of your damn mind.
Yeah, bro. Well, first, it's a lopsided ass freaking trade. Let me tell you that right now.
Yeah, for a bridge quarterback, you're losing a starting worthy edge rusher who's easily going to get double digits on any other team right now.
He's a starter on every single NFL team. All 32 teams, he's a starter. No doubt about it.
He's that good.
That's how good he is. And that's how much the Steelers cannot let this man walk.
No.
When it comes to the NFL, you got to make sacrifices. You got to make business decisions. And it seems, unfortunately, for Highsmith, despite how good he is and how great he's been for the Steelers and how underrated he is in the NFL in general, you got to make business decisions. Whether it happens in the draft, I do agree. If it doesn't come at a high-value pick or trading up in the first round like a top 10 selection, then I don't see the trade happening. I don't see the trade happening in general. But eventually, a move's going to have to be done.
Yeah, it's not a situation where it's going to happen now or this week. It's just something that's inevitably going to occur. Just look at the edge room, look at the contracts, read the writing on the wall. It's obvious something's going to happen at some point. It's not going to happen soon, but it's going to happen at some point.
And who's to say that these negotiations don't stir back up when it comes to the start of training camp? You know, like unfortunate situations could go down, and then they're going to be looking for a pass rusher and a guy like Highsmith, or by the trade deadline in early November.
So they're definitely going to get calls if they haven't already for one or both. And certainly, I don't think a move's going to happen imminently. It's not going to happen soon or this week or during the draft. But those discussions are just the beginning stages of them eventually moving on from somebody. So whatever they discuss this week or during the draft could very well be resumed for whenever that time comes, whether that's at the trade deadline later this season or that's next offseason or anywhere in between.
Pretty much.
So there you have it there. What would be the trade capital you guys would be willing to trade Alex Highsmith for, or any edge rusher for? Who would you rather trade? Let us know you guys' thoughts down in the live chat. But Omar did mention that any calls regarding players getting traded or the likelihood of it, he says it's about less than a 5% chance. So very unlikely. But of course, calls will happen.
And I expect calls to happen. I expect Khan to listen to negotiations. But as far as a trade come draft nights, come during the draft in general, I don't see it.
Yes.
Unless it's like a mind-blowing package, a mind-blowing offer that he just cannot, he cannot deny.
Even if it's, because I'm going to hypothetically think here. What if it's a situation where they trade Highsmith and very little capital itself to get up into the draft and still have as much capital for this year, allowing them to do whatever else they want with those picks? Or that's trade back up for a certain position, trade back up into the first, trade back up into the second, or whatever. Would Alex Highsmith, would he acquire that much capital for a certain team?
I think it really depends on how much the team's willing to offer. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, how much are they going to want Highsmith? Like, how desperate are they when it comes to their pass rush?
Well, you also look at a lot of these teams in this first round. How many teams have more than one selection? You have the Giants. You have the Jets.
You have the Cowboys.
You have the Cowboys. You have the Chiefs, right?
The Browns. I believe the Browns. Well, that's out the question.
Yeah, no, it's not happening. But yeah, there's a lot of teams that have more than one pick in the first round. I'm not saying we're going to get a first rounder for Highsmith. I just don't think it's going to happen.
But as far as trading up in the first round, they could just swap first rounders, add Highsmith potentially, if that's what they want to do.
Well, look at it this way. Let's say we want to trade up, I don't know, maybe with the Giants or with the Cowboys or the Bucks, or, I'm just throwing names out here. Let's say they trade their first and Highsmith for some team's first, and then they get some high capital next year, say a 2027 second. Would you do that? Would you trade up 5 to 8, 9, 10 spots, trading your first and Highsmith for their first and a second rounder next year?
To gain another second, I think I would do that, yeah.
A second next year?
I mean, it seems, yeah, I would say so.
Because you're swapping first, you're trading Highsmith, you already got Herbig to fall back on, and you're getting significant capital next year.
Yeah, and you're stacking picks there, and that say that second is there, that could come in handy in case of potentially trading up for a quarterback, depending on how the season goes.
Yeah.
Like you have a bit of insurance for 2027. Like that's an idea that is a possibility.
Well, as long as this 2027 quarterback class pans out better than 2026,
we can only hope.
They're getting a quarterback.
And there's going to be a lot of names. A lot of names going into that class.
so-
At least as of right now.
So they'll probably be picking around somewhere similar, maybe a little less, but it's probably still going to require them to trade up. They're going to try to get as much capital for next year as possible. Where that's them trading this year's capital for that, or that's trading certain players for next year's capital. Omar always says all options are on the table, but you just never know with him, do you? You just never know what conversations are going on or what's up his sleeve. Or with Omar Khan, sometimes I get a feeling that no player is safe sometimes.
He basically gave that indication early on, like Chase Claypool, for example.
Yeah.
Like they took high capital with Chase Claypool, but he's like, you're not good enough. You weren't even a player I selected, so we're just going to move on from you. And it turned out for the best.
Right.
Turned out great for us, actually. We got JBJ out of it.
Yeah.
So
And he's about to get an extension.
yeah, big time.
Well deserved. Well deserved for JPJ. Yeah, some of the chat saying Cody Cool says Highsmith a second. Light skin Jesus a second.
Jesus.
Late first for Highsmith or early second plus late fourth says Oxy. I would take that, honestly. I would.
If they can get a second out of it, I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate it. I mean, the second's pretty good.
Right. Ryan's in the chat. What's up, brother?
Hey, Ryan. How you doing, brother?
Good to see you in the chat, man.
Always good to see you.
Lions would love to pair Highsmith and Hutchinson. They absolutely would. And see, the Lions are a team that's willing to trade to compete. Like, they have most of their pieces, right?
Yeah.
Some of their coaching might be a little questionable, but they have most of the pieces on the field. So they could be one of those teams that's trying to make a push and, I guess, go all in. Well, for them to go all in, you would literally have to acquire some capital from them for a big player. They could view Highsmith as one of those guys.
Yeah, or I'm just going to throw another team out there. I'm going to say the Eagles because they lost a couple players.
I could see that.
A lot in free agency, specifically a pass rusher, and I don't think they have anybody alongside the other pass rusher they got. I think they only have one really on that edge group.
Well, they have the 23rd pick.
They have the 23rd pick, the 54th pick, the 68th pick, and the 98th pick. So they have a first, second, and 2/3.
Yeah.
So, and the Eagles are always going to be a team, especially with Sirianni, that's going to be competitive. And just Howie Roseman in general, they always throw draft capital out there. Like, if they want a player, they're going to listen to offers. They'll trade away draft capital, especially if they know they're going to get a great player out of it. It's a possibility. I'm just throwing Philly out there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised by that whatsoever.
But yeah, again, Chad, I don't think either one or mostly Highsmith gets traded this week or during the draft. I would be very shocked if it happens. Like, unless they get some serious compensation that they just cannot ignore, it's not going to happen. But at some point, it will happen. Just not this week. I could be wrong, but
We could be very wrong, but it's like, I'll believe it when I see it.
you can already see in the horizon how the edge room is going to look, who has to go, who has to stay. It's unfortunate, but it's just the business.
It's all part of the
frankly,
business.
you look at the team, you look at the direction they're going, you look at how young this team is in a lot of areas, you want to keep it there, especially in the edge group. It's already bad enough that our starting two edge guys as of now are starting to age, and they have some rich contracts. Steelers got to move on at some point.
It's just a matter of letting some players go just to pay some young guys and keep those guys because you know they're going to impact them. Just look at the Seahawks with Jackson Smith-Njigba. And, Kenneth Walker, he walked after being Super Bowl MVP, helping them win that Super Bowl, and he went to the Chiefs. I'm sure that sucked to lose him, but they had to make a business decision. And honestly, I think they made the right one because you had to keep Jackson Smith-Njigba. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously. Well,
So-
look at the season he had.
Oh, of course, no doubt about it. So it's like the NFL's a business. You got to make sacrifices. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But if you guys like the edge room of Highsmith, Watt, and Herbig, enjoy it while it's still here because it ain't going to be here that much longer. 2026 is the last year we're going to have all three of them. I firmly believe that. There's just no way they can keep all three. No way.
No, with however long they're going to be together, I will appreciate it.
For sure. What I don't want to happen is the Steelers hold on to Highsmith and Watt too long and Herbig wants out. Don't let it get to that
No,
point.
they can't afford that.
Don't let it get to that point.
Can't afford that.
No way. Broderick Jones. Let's talk about Mr. Broderick Jones. Mr. number 14th overall pick from 2023.
The man that we traded up to acquire
Yeah,
in front of the Jets. I remember that.
traded just a first and a fourth for him.
Yeah, because Belichick wanted to screw the Jets over, to put it lightly.
Hey, maybe the Bucks want to help us do the same thing again. Why not?
Hey, listen, man. Like,
Ian Rappaport did mention he thinks Makai could fall past 15.
I dare them.
I double dog dare you to let him fall down to 15 and watch the Steelers trade up.
As a matter of fact, Omar Khan said this about Mekhi Lemon. He said that his interview was outstanding and that he was awesome and that he was excellent on his interview.
Yeah, I believe that.
It was an excellent time spent with him. So.
Everyone tries to throw out, oh, he has character issues. He's another diva. Look at the combine. I don't give a shit. Oh, he's weird. I don't care if he's weird. Pickens was weird, but he's one of the most dominant receivers in the league.
If he falls to 15, bro, hey, man.
Frankly, bro, like there's people mocking him down to 21. I don't think he falls that far. Ioane, I'm a little more believing he could fall because I'm delusional. But I do think that there's a chance. Or even Fanu. I do think Spencer Fanu could fall. Which honestly, like if that's the case, that could be interesting because you look at Fanu and obviously he's going to have to be moved inside. His arm length is too short. I think it's shorter than Will Campbell, and Will Campbell still plays tackle, and he shouldn't because look what happened in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he just got bullied.
Will Campbell's not a tackle in the NFL. He's not. His arm length's too short. The Steelers might view a guy like Spencer Fanu as that, but you look at his arm length, and it's a concern. He's going to have to move inside. But I don't want to rule out Fanu falling to 21 or being a selection for the Steelers because, one, he was a top 30 visit. That position versatility, very Troy Fatanu-esque.
And very athletic, yes.
And now this Broderick Jones situation.
Yeah, Adam Schefter reported this morning that Steelers left tackle Broderick Jones suffered a setback on the neck injury he sustained last season and is scheduled to be examined this week to determine whether he will be ready for training camp and or start the season per league sources.
Yes. Unfortunately, we don't know what the setback was. He's supposed to have an examination this week to determine if he'll be ready for training camp, like Rob stated. But it sucks, man. It sucks to see Broderick, like I feel like he was finally starting to get things down. He was starting to hone his craft and get comfortable, and he's still pretty raw. Considering Tomlin and the Steelers put him out of position his first 2 years. That didn't help his development.
No, it didn't.
But now you put him at left. He started to hone down. He wasn't perfect by any means, and I do think Dylan Cook was better overall last year when he had to step in.
What I saw from Broderick Jones, though, he was moving in the right direction, which is what you want to see from him.
But now
his body of work is something that the Steelers adore and that they love.
But now this neck injury, it's so unfortunate because it feels like he finally gets on track, and now this neck injury, which neck injuries obviously are very, very significant.
You do not take neck issues lightly.
No. There's a setback, and he'll be examined to see if he'll be ready for training camp or the start of the season, or if worst case scenario, he's going to have to start on the PUP list. All because of this. This is the neck injury that started it all. Right here.
This was versus the Bears when Mason Rudolph was starting.
Dominic Robinson, the Bears defensive lineman. So he leaped. Broderick was making a block. His neck went right into the chest pad. And then it doesn't help that Robinson ripped his neck down as he was coming down.
He pulled it down. If I remember, Broderick was actually down on the field for quite some time.
He was. Broderick was down. Robinson, what he did didn't help his situation whatsoever. He didn't get flagged or fined, I don't believe. But now because of that, Broderick doesn't appear to be ready for training camp. And the Steelers, that leaves a big question mark for the tackle position. Do the Steelers address tackle early? Do they think Fanu is good enough to play tackle if he falls and they select him? Because there's obvious interest there. Do they take tackle at some point early in the first round or early day 2 or early in the draft regardless because they need a tackle? Or are they confident enough in Dylan Cook and they're going to give him the reins? They're going to give him the keys, the starting reps initially until Broderick gets back. And I guess there'll be a bit of a competition depending on how healthy Broderick is.
Yeah.
Or are they going to draft a tackle at some point? Like, say, for example, Travis Burke they brought in from Memphis. He's a tower of a lineman. Same thing with Markel Bell out of the U. Could they look at those guys as potential mid-round selections for depth and competition to start with Dylan Cook based off this Broderick situation?
But that's the thing. Those are the only tackle prospects, if you count Fanu as well. And Fanu's a top O-line prospect overall. But the other tackle prospects, and Bell and Burke, those guys are mid-round selections. And I don't know if the Steelers really are going to select them with one of their later day 2 selections, like say the 99th overall pick. I don't know if they're just going to be willing to take one of those guys that early or another tackle that early. It's really going to depict.
I don't doubt it.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, I know Burke's name's kind of rising and Bell's an intriguing guy. I mean, both of them are intriguing because of their tower statures. They're big dudes and they're pretty athletic in their own right. And they could be fun developmental pieces for James Campton to work with and to battle with Broderick Jones if he's good enough or a Dylan Cook, right?
Yeah.
But with this situation, it's like, I mean, we knew this whole ordeal was a worry and a risk. I'm actually surprised the Steelers did not look at other tackle prospects throughout the draft, bringing in more tackle prospects for top 30 visits, but I guess they just wanted to spread the wealth at other positions, which is understandable. But seeing how Dylan Cook did last year, and that was a big opportunity for Dylan Cook, considering before that time, he didn't play one single NFL snap at all.
No, he was on the practice squad for like 2-something years.
Yeah.
And then he finally got pulled in because of all the injuries.
And that was a lot of responsibility for Dylan Cook. To not play a single snap in the NFL, to going out there and taking on pass rushers like a Myles Garrett and a Aiden Hutchinson, guys like that, right? He held his own quite well. Was he perfect? Far from it. But from a guy that hardly played or never played a snap before then, he played like a seasoned veteran. He played like a guy that was playing 5 years in the NFL. He held his own. He held it down.
That's what we call next man up mentality.
And that's just what's going to have to be when it comes to Dylan Cook once again with this scenario. I feel like with the way that Dylan Cook played in the later part of the season, I can see the Steelers giving Cook that opportunity. I feel like they're more comfortable. They're very comfortable with Cook's performance and let him run with that starting role, with that responsibility once again, while still taking a tackle, maybe within the mid rounds, just for swing tackle depth purposes and just depth overall, while still monitoring and seeing how Broderick progresses from this setback.
I think that was always their plan. Like, no matter Broderick's situation or setback or however his examination is going to turn out this week, I don't think it really changes their perspective or their plans on tackle. Will they draft it a little earlier? Perhaps, but I think they always kind of aimed middle rounds, maybe late day 2, and just trust in a guy like Dylan Cook and bring in some extra competition.
Yeah.
I think that was always going to be their mindset for that spot, for that position, and I don't think this changes. But it just sucks for Broderick because he was finally getting in the right path. I feel like we if it wasn't for the injury, or the significance of the injury, we would have a left tackle battle that would be interesting to watch. It would actually give Broderick some serious competition because Dylan Cook did really good.
Mm-hmm.
So now, at this point, when is he going to be available for that competition? Until then, Dylan Cook is left tackle 1.
And it's next man up once again. Cook's going to have to carry that responsibility again. Steelers, I believe they have enough faith and responsibility, and his responsibilities are holding it down, so we'll see how that goes. But as far as Broderick Jones, I mean, I feel for him. He's finally on the right path. He's finally at his natural position, and he's moving in the right direction. It's just this situation comes up. It's unfortunate. I feel for Brock, and I can only hope, or I can only hope for the best for Broderick Jones.
Yeah, same here. But this obviously is more interesting now, considering there's going to be a timeline or a deadline at some point. Steelers are going to have to make a decision on his 5th-year option.
Yes, which I believe is May 1st, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and neck injury or not, I don't think they were ever going to. Would you guys exercise his 5th-year option? Like, neck injury or no neck injury, would you exercise Broderick's 5th-year option? Chat, let us know in the live chat. I don't think they will. I don't think they ever were. They didn't do it for Najee. Now, where that was positional wise, and maybe that was their influence on that decision.
Yeah.
But I just don't think they're ever going to exercise his 5th-year option.
Well, I just searched up the price tag. Yes, they have to make a decision by May 1st, and the price tag for the 5th-year option for Broderick is $19 million.
No, they're not going to do that.
I don't think they do that.
They're not going to do that.
And now with this setback and this injury on top of it, I think they're going to say no.
They're definitely saying no.
They're going to say no. They're not going to take that money hit. They're not going to do that. But they're probably going to hope for the best for Broderick and his recovery and his progression and just how he can do as far as his health goes and how he does with his workload on the football field.
Yeah, 19 to 20 million as a franchise tag hit. That's too much for someone that really hasn't proven himself to be completely starter worthy with no worries, right?
Yeah. Not enough for Broderick, unfortunately.
And now this neck injury doesn't help whatsoever. So they're probably going to not exercise his 5th-year option. Then Broderick's future is to be determined.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens.
But, you still notice, like, the O-line itself, even with Broderick's injury, I still feel like the O-line is going in the right path. Dylan Cook's looking pretty solid, and I trust him enough to start at tackle, even if it's all season next year. We'll see what happens.
And seeing how he did last year, again, not playing a snap beforehand, seeing what he did last year, you can build upon that with James Campen.
Yeah.
With his resume and the guys that he's worked under and the Pro Bowlers he's developed, that is That is a bit intriguing. You know what I'm saying? Just build on top of what Cook has done and just see what he can do from there.
Right. But you look at left guard. They're obviously going to draft a left guard at some point, ideally within the first 2 picks. So you know they're going to fill that with a stud.
Big time. There's some good studs.
Zach Frazier at center. Mason McCormick at right guard. Troy Fautanu at right tackle. This O-line's going in the right direction. Broderick Jones here or not.
Yeah.
The O-line is going in the right path.
I still feel good about it.
I do too. It's much better than I thought it would have been like 2-3 years ago. When Dan Moore and Kendrick Green were here. And Kevin Dotson was out of position. It's a lot better off. I'm telling you right
Trey
now.
Turner and Chuck Sikorafor.
Forgot about him.
Yeah. It wasn't good, guys. It wasn't good.
No. Yeah, we're definitely on the up and up in the O-line area. So I feel very good on that.
Yeah.
Now guard's gonna be interesting because where are they gonna select it? They could easily take it in the first round, where that's trading up for one, which I do believe it is worth it.
Yes.
I know it's not a skill position, but you're gonna get 10, 15 years out of the guy. Whatever you trade up is gonna be worth it.
Big time.
Or do they stay at 21 and take one? Do they wait till day 2 to take a guard? Because there's plethora of guard options. But you also look at the top 30 visits, which I'm gonna pop up here shortly. It's very interesting because you look at their guard options. They've only brought in, I believe, 3 or 4, depending on how you view Fanu. So let's say Fanu, guard, Ilwane, Kalen Rutledge, and Bo Stevens from Iowa.
Yes.
They didn't even bring in the other eventual guard prospect.
They didn't bring in Emmanuel Pregnon. They didn't bring in Chase Basantis, who they both of those players the Steelers met with at the Combine. So I was actually surprised that they didn't bring him in for top 30 visits.
Or even Jennings Dunker.
Or even him at that. No.
They didn't bring him in.
No, they didn't. Not even a Jalen Farmer out of, what was it, Kentucky?
Yes.
They even look at him. It's interesting.
Quite telling, honestly.
A little bit. But
Yeah.
listen, guard's a top need, no doubt about it. We have 2 guys, and Brock Hoffman and Spencer Anderson, who can fill that position, but I don't think they're long-term ideal starters at left guard, hence why we're still talking about left guard as possibly the first-round selection. Vega being a part of the top 30 visit is something that I was happy to see. I was thrilled to see.
Right.
And is somebody that I would have zero issue being the pick at 21 or trading up for.
Yeah, there you go. There's the top 30 visit list. From quarterback all the way down to the tight end position.
Now, if they want to wait till day 2, they could very well do that. And the names after Vega is still very good. You got Pregnon, you got Basantis, you got Rutledge, of course, a guy that they brought in for top 30 visit. But how many offensive linemen, how many guards specifically are actually going to go in the first round to a point that you may not have as many guard options for 53 than you probably may think?
There's at least 2 or 3 guards that are going to go in the first round. It's Iowane, Fanu, and depending on how you view Caden Proctor from Alabama.
I've actually been hearing that Basantis is getting first round talks.
I've also heard the same thing about Pregnon. So listen, it could be as minimum as 3. It could be as high as 5 or 6.
Yeah. And that's the risk that you kind of run with if you don't take guard at 21.
Because the line, you know what I'm saying? The Rams might take O-line. The Lions might take O-line. The Texans should definitely take O-line.
Yes.
I mean.
So some of these guards, they actually may go higher than anticipated. And then some of the guards that you are looking to rely on, I mean, you're really living on a prayer for, say, a Rutledge, right? To be there at 53. You're living on a prayer for him to be there. But he could very well go a lot sooner than some people may project.
Yeah.
It's very well a big risk. It's a big possibility.
Yeah.
So it's like, considering wide receiver, right? Like, we know how stacked it is day 2. You can look at the options at day 2 and you can select one at 53. So it seems like taking guard first round seems a bit more digestible, more ideal. And plus the Steelers' trend in their liking since Khan and Waddle have been together has been going with the trenches.
Yeah.
Plus McCarthy's track record recently with the Cowboys. It seems like that may be the route they go with, which I have no issue doing. But if they don't go guard, then, like I said, you run the risk of the other guards going and flying off the board, and you don't have really anybody to fall back on.
Right.
There's also that risk.
Well,
just throwing it out there.
Well, that's why it's good to have so many picks for the Steelers because, I mean, it allows them to trade up if they need to. We don't know how the board's going to fall.
That's where, not to interrupt you, but that's where the flexibility comes into play that Omar Khan has always been stating.
Yeah, especially with 12 picks. So once Roger Goodell says, the Las Vegas Raiders are now on the clock, no one knows what's going to happen. I mean,
we know one.
Except for the first pick.
Yes.
We know that. But anytime after that, like all mock drafts become irrelevant and draft boards are just, everyone's is different. Every GM's draft board in their draft room gets crazy.
Because did anybody expect Travis Hunter to be a Jaguar last year?
No.
Like, that was a big, like, in-the-moment trade, draft night trade right there. And then
Yeah,
boom,
they
it
traded
happened. So-
right up to 2 with the Browns
Yeah.
and got him.
Yeah, so it's like, it goes to show, like, anything's possible. Anything can really happen come draft night.
Yeah.
A lot of mind-blowing circumstances.
For all we know, Mekhi Lemon could fall. Jordan Tyson could fall. I know the Steelers didn't bring him in for a top 30 visit, but Omar hasn't really made that like a lock, has he? Like he said, like, yeah, the guys we've brought in have been brought in for top 30 visits, and there are reasons because of that. You know, there's a reason they brought those guys in compared to others, but he's not exactly saying, hey, we're going to draft someone that was a top 30 visit only. He hasn't made that like the lock. Now, he hasn't drafted someone outside of a top 30 visit in the first round since being GM, and I can't tell you the last time the Steelers drafted someone that wasn't a top 30 visit, going all the way back to when Colbert first started.
Yes.
That was 2 decades ago. 2.5, I think. He was here for a long time.
He was.
But maybe they select someone that wasn't a top 30 visit. Could that be a Tyson who looks healthy? He looks fluid. It don't look like there's any much worry now. Like, there are injury concerns with him, obviously, but he looks fine to go.
Yeah, his workout, he looked fluid. He looked great. He looked healthy. Really proved his case of, like, his durability's holding up right now, considering the hamstring injury that was lingering him.
Right.
Caused him to miss drills.
But
He's holding up right now.
Could Mekhi fall? Could they trade up for Mekhi? Which I want them to do. That's what I want them to do.
Yeah, I know.
I want them to either get Mekhi or Ioane, even if you have to trade up. That's who I ultimately want. But I would gladly take like a Fanu. I would gladly take a Tyson if he falls. Or, you know, they brought in Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. I don't want to roll out safety. I don't want to roll out anything. Sign's point is going to be receiver or guard, but they could literally go anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, like, it goes to show, like, they're covering their bases. They're looking at other options, like a Chris Johnson out of San Diego State. Like, they're even looking at him, and he's even getting first-round talks.
Yep.
I don't think to go that route, but it's the fact of they're looking at him. They're covering their bases right there. So it goes to show it really depends on how the draft night goes again. Can't state that enough.
No, because if you're looking at it from a top 30 aspect thing, and you're banking on the Steelers selecting someone that was a top 30 visit, and that's who they're going to select, the options are this: Mekhi Lemon, Ioane, Fanu, I guess Chris Johnson for San Diego State, who I like a lot. 21's a little rich for me, but
Yeah, no, I agree on that.
or a Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. Those are your first round options in terms of top 30 visits. Like
Pretty much.
like if you are confident in yourself in saying the Steelers are going to take someone that was a top 30 visit, those are your first round options. So if that's true and that's the case and that's the trend we're going with, one of those guys will be a Steeler come Thursday. But it's very interesting to me that in terms of first round targets, that's pretty much all. I guess I got to put Denzel Boston in there too, do I?
Yeah, I don't consider him as a top first rounder.
I don't have a first round grade on him,
No.
but
They looked at him.
he fits everything McCarthy likes in a receiver.
They looked at him. Not like he's bad. I just don't think that the Steelers need to add more of what they already have in DK and Pittman. I think they could go something else.
Agreed.
That's just my honest opinion on that. But they looked at him. Again, they're covering their bases. We'll see. But as far as quarterback goes,
I was going to say, one position I know they're not going to take in the first round is quarterback.
they better not.
Because if they do, we're leaving.
They'll relieve
But
him.
they're not
We're
doing
driving
that.
home that night.
But they're not going to do that. And I hate bringing this guy up, but it was part of the article that Schefter wrote. I'm going to pop it back up here. It's funny because Art Rooney II, Art the Clowns, we like to call him, has mentioned, what was it, a couple weeks ago? He said, we expect a result or a decision from Aaron Rodgers before the draft.
yeah, NFL owners meeting. Yeah, that's where he said it. That's where he said it. Yeah.
Right under the paragraph of Broderick Jones, Schefter puts, as for quarterback, Aaron Rodgers was originally going to give the Steelers an answer on whether he would play in 2026 about a month after the 2025 season ended.
Yeah, originally.
Yeah, we're now 3 months after that, dude. But that has now stretched far into the offseason. Wow, where have I seen this one before? Hey, I've seen this one. It's a classic.
It's like putting in a VHS tape and hitting the rewind button
Are
until
you
we get
saying
to the beginning.
VHS because he's old?
I actually wasn't, but let's
that
just
the reference
let's
there?
just put two and two together.
If Rodgers has not informed the team by Thursday night that he does, in fact, intend to return, Pittsburgh will need to have conversations about whether Simpson is in play with the 21. No, he's not in play.
Just stop.
No,
just stop with
this
Simpson.
guy from Bama is not in play for the Steelers. No, absolutely.
They didn't
not.
even bring him in for a top 30 visit, dude.
No,
I think that's telling.
it's telling. They brought in what, 4 4 quarterbacks.
They brought in
Allard, however you want to say it, Carson Beck, Cole Payton, and Taylor Green.
That's it. Mid-round quarterbacks, mid-round options. That's it.
Which pretty much tells you that's kind of exactly where the Steelers are aiming for quarterback. Quarterback's not an option at 21, nor should it be, because this class sucks.
That's not good.
They shouldn't go quarterback until the earliest day 3. Day 3 is the earliest they should go quarterback, where that's 4th round because they have 2 of them, unless they trade back or trade up. They have they have a 5th round pick, they have a 6th round pick. They want to wait on quarterback then. That's more so the ideal spot. I could see them going as early as 99 at the end of day 2, but I think the sweet spot, and based off of who they've looked at, is day 3.
Day 3 is more digestible. It is just based off the quarterbacks that they brought in for top 30 visits. That seems to be the approach the Steelers are going with.
Now, yes, they brought in Allard, they brought in Beck, they brought in Payton, they brought in Green. They drafted Will Howard in the 6th round out of the Ohio State last year.
Yeah.
He was not a top 30 visit. So it's possible they could select a quarterback that they did not look at in terms of the visits. That could be Ty Simpson, but I don't think it's going to be. It could be Garrett Nussmeier because there's a little bit of a connection with his dad, Doug Nussmeier, being the quarterback coach for McCarthy in Dallas for 3 years. So there's that. Didn't something just come out about Nussmeier? He had a cyst on his spine or something?
Yes. As a matter of fact, if I can get it up quickly here, I did see it earlier, shortly before we went live.
Chat, if there was a quarterback for the Steelers to select, who do you want?
Well, here's the situation on Garrett Nussmeier. He underwent tests at the NFL Combine that revealed a cyst on his spine, the root cause of the persistent oblique pain that derailed his 2025 season.
Oh, so that sounds rough.
Yeah. The cyst was pressing on a nerve, causing discomfort in Nussmeier's oblique. He has been, or since just prior to the Senior Bowl and all throughout the draft process, he's been dealing with that. If that changes down the road, Nussmeier could undergo minimal invasive procedures and miss just about 2 to 3 weeks while stitches heal. Either way, doctors say
He would miss minicamp.
Yes, but either way, doctors say there is no short nor long-term risk for Nussmeier, who's projected a mid-round selection in the NFL draft. That was from Tom Pelissero, just short.
This guy has the worst luck, doesn't he?
Yeah.
2025 was an important season. He just had injury after injury after injury. He had a cyst on his spine that just now came out. He had a stabbing pain in his rib cage, I think he said.
Yeah.
He had to deal with a coaching change like 2-3 months into the season.
It was rough. It was rough for Garrett Nussmeier.
No. But
the Steelers even bring him in for a top 30 visit. But again, that could very well mean nothing.
Well, they drafted Howard last year.
I know. That could mean nothing.
And the reason Omar Khan said they didn't go to as many pro days is because they were going with a coaching change and transition from Tomlin to McCarthy. He wanted them to be eased into the situation. He mentioned in his presser earlier today, he put a lot on his staff's plate, on McCarthy and the coaching staff's plate in the last 6 weeks. So that's why they didn't have as many pro day visits.
All right, then.
So I think that opens everything for quarterback, no matter the top 30 visits or not. But that doesn't mean they're taking one in the first round.
No, and nor should they. They should not take a quarterback so early. They shouldn't. Specifically Ty Simpson. I said it to start the live stream. You could argue he's quarterback 2 after Mendoza, but just because you're quarterback 2 doesn't mean that makes you a first rounder. He's not a first round talent.
No.
You should not take him in the first round. No team should take him in the first round. That'd be an idiotic decision to make.
Right.
Shouldn't do that.
But for those waiting on a decision, Aaron Rodgers, it's no shock that this is taking as long as it did last year. He's not going to make a decision until literally like training camp, until after OTAs. He did the same thing last year. So it's no surprise.
Yeah, it's the same predicament. As of now, they received no word from A-Rod or his future, and there's no expectation on the final decision before the draft.
Well, I think they have some info, but he can't. They're not saying much.
Well, Khan continues to say that they're in constant contact with Aaron Rodgers.
Nothing's changed though.
Nothing's changed.
But it's probably the same as last year. Rodgers wants to play. He just doesn't want to do all that mandatory shit until the season's here, like he did last year.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same thing. Aaron Rodgers will be back. Get ready for it. He will be back.
I do anticipate it. I do.
But wait till May or June for him to make a decision, if not longer.
But as of now, Will Howard is quarterback 1 heading into minicamp.
Yes, he will be quarterback 1. It shouldn't be Mason because, you already know what you got in Mason. Just give give the important reps to the young guy. That's who needs it the most. I like Mason, but I like the potential Will Howard more.
We know what Mason is at this state of his career.
No,
we know he's a backup.
He's a backup, exactly.
We need to see what Howard can do. And honestly, these reps for Will Howard is exactly what he needs, considering he missed all the preseason because of a finger injury.
Yeah.
He missed it, which sucks because we have no tape on how Will Howard can do, on how he was at the NFL level to a degree.
Right.
Even against backups. We don't have any of that. All the Steelers have is tape from last year's training camp.
Yeah.
That's all that they got. This is additional reps that Will Howard does need for him to grow and for him to improve on, and just to build the chemistry with the coaches and his players.
And that's the one positive Aaron Rodgers. I guess I was going to say Aaron Rodgers holding out. Aaron Rodgers isn't holding. The Steelers are holding out for him. That's the positive of the Steelers holding out for A-Rod again, is that Will Howard's going to be getting these reps. Good. Let him have them. Give him the reps. He needs them.
And we'll see what Will Howard can do with them. So.
But, it's like I always say, and the only reason I keep bringing up Aaron Rodgers is because he's in the news from Schefter and shit. It's really annoying. But as I keep saying every time that he brings it up, just move forward and focus on building the roster this week.
Yeah, that's the goal. That that should be the sole focus.
Whenever he makes up his mind, or whenever he wants to come back, is whenever that time comes. Until that happens, just focus on the roster. Focus on what you have here, not what's impending.
Yeah, because you have 12 picks. 12 picks. That's 12 potential future Steelers that you're going to be selecting.
Yeah.
As well as trade calls that there's no doubt that you're going to be listening or even offering at that point. That's your sole focus. Not worrying about, is Aaron Rodgers going to let us know today? He's going to let us know tomorrow. Don't worry about that.
Right.
You got the draft this week. That's your main focus. That's your priority.
That's pretty much how I'm viewing this whole Aaron Rodgers thing is. Oh, yeah, that again. Okay, I'm just focused on the roster. Focused on Pittsburgh this week. That's how I'm viewing it. We got Tyrone Keaton in the chat saying he wants Taylor Green at 161. That would be a good spot for him. I do like Taylor Green a lot. He's raw as a quarterback, but as an athlete, as what the Steelers could build up, I do like him a lot in the 5th round. I think that's a sweet spot for him. Very interesting the Steelers looked at him.
Well, his athleticism sticks out, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And something that you can work with, and McCarthy with his resume, I mean, it's something that the Steelers may look into and trying to do. You can say that about a lot of these quarterbacks.
The Dumpster Chicken said Art Rooney did an interview yesterday and said one quarterback was off the board. What does that mean? One quarterback was off the board?
Let me search this
Maybe
up.
one of the quarterbacks they wanted last year. Is that what you're insinuating?
Let me search up any recent Art Rooney statements. Hold on.
Speaking of Art575 says he wants Drew Alar. Not until the 5th round. I'm not a fan of Alar. I see the potential. He just can't put it down. Maybe with right coaching, he could. But for me to be comfortable taking Alar, it would have to be the 5th round.
Well, there's no doubt about that McCarthy likes Drew Alar, because I remember Alar was interviewed at the Combine, and he was asked, what coach really put you through, the most, right? The most intensity. And he said Mike McCarthy. They had constant talks about football and life and stuff like that, and just Alar's knowledge of the game and all that stuff, plus bringing him in for a top 30 visit. I don't think it's any secret that McCarthy does like Alar's athleticism and some of the upside, plus his arm. I'm not denying Alar's arm. It's just all the puzzle pieces are not put together. I don't know if McCarthy can put them together, but even then, that's going to take a lot of time.
Well, people throw out the argument he's a quarterback guru or he's a quarterback guy or builder. Well, I'll tell you what, he's got one more chance to prove that for his career and his legacy, because this is the end stop of his coaching career in Pittsburgh. We need a quarterback. So if what he is selling to the team is that he can build the next guy, this is his time to prove it. I have my doubts, but this is the time to prove it. It's not going to be a guy this year, but next year most likely. It's either Howard or a guy next year.
Is this what Art Rooney said?
Apparently in the chat with a $4.99.
Sterling Lee, what's up, brother? How are we doing?
How stupid does Art Rooney look now with Rodgers still not making a decision? He looks really dumb.
Okay,
Art the Clown is what we like to call him over here.
I searched up his name. Apparently, Art Rooney said that he feels the Steelers are not taking a quarterback in round 1.
Oh.
I think that's pretty much the gist of it. Well,
that's the smartest thing he said all offseason.
As a matter of fact, that's the smartest thing I've heard him say ever.
Pretty much.
Ever.
Holy hell. Hey, there might be some hope for this guy.
And I'm not relying on that, dude.
I kid.
But yeah, I agree with Art Rooney. Yes, I agree with Art Rooney on that.
No, we don't take a quarterback this year.
No, not first round. Nope.
Nick Frange says Peyton, Alar, or Green. Dumpster Chicken says Peyton or Green. Diesel says if we draft a quarterback, Green late.
A lot of green people.
Yeah. Well, I can see why.
A lot of people like Green. I mean, no doubt about his athleticism.
Elephant, yes, I did see the Pens lost. Yeah, they lost game 1. Game 2 is tonight at 7, I think.
7, yes. I will be watching. Go Pens.
I gotta get it. Yes. I think I said Pens in 5. I'm gonna say Pens in 6 now.
Pens in 6. As a matter of fact, Wednesday when we leave for Pittsburgh, they're actually going to be playing in Philly. That's game 3.
Yes.
So I'm definitely going to be bringing a Penguins jersey. I'm going to be rocking it in the hotel room as we watch the Penguins hopefully beat the Flyers.
Yeah.
So let's go Pens.
Yeah, it seems like that'll be like the game we have in the background. We'll probably be live that night. That's the plan.
That is the plan, yes. But
that is
just,
the plan.
Just to have it in the background, yes, no doubt.
Right.
I mean, I don't expect the Pens to win the Stanley Cup this year. I don't.
Just roll the dice on Bray and Mortar with 237. It's a 7th round pick, bro. Like, you're not losing much, are you? You roll the dice on anybody in the 7th round. They should not trade Nick. He should be starting Dump. Highsmith says real talk. I agree. Yeah, Nick Herbig is a keeper. Like he is untouchable. Like you don't touch him. You don't like if you call about Nick Herbig, we're ending the call. Like no, you don't know.
Yeah,
he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, we're here to talk about Nick Herbig hang up.
Yeah.
Seriously. That's just how it should end. Like nope.
No.
That ain't happening.
I just hope it doesn't get to 2 points where it gets to the point that the Steelers are holding Highsmith and Watt too long that Herbig requests the trade, or to the point that they don't extend him and he walks into free agency and leaves. Because at that point, you're either going to lose him or you're going to have to be forced to use a franchise tag.
See, a lot of extensions are coming up later this offseason. I mean, like that whole 2023 class.
Well, it's very interesting because, you look at it, right? I mean, damn, yeah.
Because look, Joey Porter Jr.
They might have to make a decision on Highsmith sooner than you think.
Because Joey Porter Jr. is up for an extension. Because you can't let any of these guys walk into free agency. This is the last year of their rookie contract. So you got Joey Porter Jr., you got Keanu Benton, you got Darnell Washington, you got Nick Herbig, Broderick Jones.
They all got to stay.
Yeah, but Broderick Jones, I mean, like we already discussed that situation. But those 4 guys, those guys have been very good players, and they're only going to continue to grow and get better with this team.
Yeah, that's where most of the that and Boswell. That's where most of the cap space is going.
Yes,
they need to stay. So a decision on Highsmith might be sooner than we think.
Well, listen,
because you got JPJ is coming. We know that. That's going to happen. Darnell going to happen. Well, Herbig needs to happen. Benton, I would keep him. We'll see. But out of the 4, he's probably the least priority. But
so he did have a good year last year.
You got to extend these guys, give them extra new contracts or extended contracts to limit as much of free agents you're going to have to deal with.
Yes.
So at some point, yeah, you're going to have to extend one and then make a move.
And I would like to think that Khan would want to extend some of the selections that he used on. And you look at the draft classes, that's been the best thing about Omar Khan since he's been Steelers GM. Has been the draft classes, has been the upside, has been the value of where he's gotten these players. That is the biggest plus. That is the biggest positive for Omar Khan. And those are the players that, again, are only going to continue to adapt, grow, and get better with this team, within the NFL in general. Those are the guys that you can't let walk.
No.
You can't waste that draft capital. You can't.
No. Isaac says Ty Simpson is good. He's not a Steelers quarterback. He has small hands and injury history. Yeah, that's why I don't want him.
So Kenny Pickett. Not an AFC North quarterback, small hands, and Kenny just couldn't say. Kenny wasn't durable.
No.
He wasn't.
Shady Likes to Eat says we need Omar Cooper or Lemon round 1. I mean, they do have a little bit of insight on Cooper as Cignetti's brother is in the Steelers coaching staff. So I guess
Frank Cignetti, yes.
Yeah. So they have a little insight there. They didn't bring him for top 30 visit, but again, I mean, I don't want to just bank on that. History shows that's where they're going, but I don't want to bank on that. But I would love Omar Cooper, and Lemon's the number 1 guy I want. EO1A is a very close 2.
Yeah.
Like 1A, really 1B.
Like he's slowly rising up, but Lemon's still number 1. He still is, just because of that impact that you have a wide receiver.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But again, I'd be perfectly fine with Ioane as our first round selection.
White Mama says, is Sell the Team art sign coming back this season? Probably. We still got the Art the Clown sign over there.
You know, I'm actually contemplating bringing some spare signs with us and just having it in the background somehow.
Jesus.
Whether it's in the hotel room or even like holding one at Heinz Field. I'm dead
Jesus.
serious. I'm dead serious. We got to bring the sign, bro. We got to bring something.
Yeah.
Like, especially after round one. Like who knows what our round one selection is going to be, right?
Or bring a sign. We'll bring a big ass Sharpie. And
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Just carry it around. Why the hell not?
Remember 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago. We had draft a center the whole time.
Yeah, we drafted Frazier. We were ecstatic about it, and I tried to break it over my knee, and it just bent.
You still have it.
The sign's still over there.
The
yes.
sign, yeah, we're kind of hoarders over here. The sign still exists.
Bro,
The sign still exists.
That's history right there, bro. That's history.
We got a $10 super chat from N Powell Jr. with a 999.
Pow!
Jesus Christ, scared the fuck out of me.
Pow! Sorry.
Why do you keep doing that?
Pow!
He said, yo, you dead ass scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I know.
Swear jar.
He says, I really like your last mock draft. The only thing different for me would be running back Jamari Taylor out of, what was that, Virginia? In
Yeah.
the 7th and picking Caden Wedgen as her return specialist.
Yeah, we really entertained both of them because I do like Taylor. And obviously, you know, we took Wedge in one of our mocks before. I just kind of wanted to go with the Pittsburgh connection because obviously he's right there. Otherwise, yes, as a kick returner, you can't get any better than Wedge.
Dude, Wedgen's the best one out there right now. Like, you need a return specialist. You need to actually stabilize that and just get better at your return game. Wedgen's your dude.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. By the way, our last mock is officially up. The short and the whole 50-some minute video is out. If you guys haven't seen it yet, our last mock draft. Crazy, our last mock draft.
Yes.
Wow. What was
The
that?
finale.
Six of those things?
5. Or no. I actually lost count. Nonetheless, our finale mock draft is live on the channel right now. So if you haven't checked it out, please do so.
Yes.
When you get the chance.
Who really thought Rodgers would make a decision by the draft? No one. Well, Art Rooney did. Art Rooney thought he would.
That was the
The guy really
expectation.
lives in the fucking 40s, doesn't he? Gotta give McCarthy more than one option. I see him picking his own quarterback. He will. He absolutely will. There's no way he doesn't.
No, they will definitely select a quarterback.
Yeah. I want to draft a quarterback, period, because we will draft our future starter next year anyways, says Sasha. I think they're going to draft a mid-round guy just to have for camp and extra competition. We also got to look at the future. Mason's not going to be here after this year.
No, I don't anticipate that because he has one more year.
This is likely Mason's last year as a Steeler.
So it wouldn't hurt to have a backup in hand to back up Will Howard or say Will Howard is the dude.
They want at least 4 quarterbacks for camp. So
Yeah, and right now they only have 2. So they're waiting on A-Rod and they're going to draft one.
yes.
That's the ideal scenario.
Yes. Oh, you guys still going to the draft in Pittsburgh? Yes, we're leaving Wednesday morning. We're going to leave Wednesday morning and get there.
That's the plan.
There's the plan. I can't wait. I still got to pack. Well, I got some packing done.
Yeah,
But
we got some. Yeah, we
the
got.
equipment is what we got to pack.
Yes,
Obviously, we can't because obviously
we're live.
we're using them.
We're live, man.
Yes. I don't know if we're taking the whole setup. I want to do some, what do you call them?
Tests.
Yeah, I was going to say rough draft. What am I in a history class? Rough. Remember when we used to do a rough and a final draft by hand?
By hand,
Y'all don't
bro.
do that no more.
By hand,
You kids got
bro.
it easy, bro.
Like pencil to paper, dude.
Y'all got that easy now. Chat GPT and shit. Get out of here. But no, yeah. I'll test rough draft to see maybe I could use the laptop. If not, we got to take the PC maybe. Got to get that done.
All options are on the
We got
table.
plenty of time. Twins, I read a report. Art 2 is going to hand the team over in 2030. Just expect complete hell until that point. What report is that? I got to wait till 2030? Who's he gonna pass it down to? Dan Rooney?
I don't know, dude.
For those that don't know who he is the vice president of player personnel. That's who that is. Like, if you saw like a jack dude in a gray suit when Mike McCarthy was being introduced as head coach, that's who that guy is. That's the guy that's probably going to be getting the team at some point. That's the next president or the guy that's going to own the team.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Hopefully he takes us down the proper path.
We can only hope for better, right?
I will say, I mean, yeah, he did have a say in the Mike McCarthy hire. That's to be determined. But it was very telling to me that during the whole Steelers going to Ireland to face the Vikings thing, like Steelers would post clips or videos or interviews of certain people in the ownership on their website or on Twitter or whatever. And the excitement coming out of him was very telling. I'm like, man, you probably should be the one running this team. He probably will at some point.
I mean, Steelers like to go with tradition, right?
Yeah, I don't see the Steelers not being run by a Rooney.
No, there's no way. They're going to keep tradition going, and I do believe Dan will be the next guy to fill those shoes.
Let's just say, I don't think the Steelers are going to get to a point that they're going to be getting Bob Nutton, Pirates, sell the team chance. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I don't think it's going to reach those levels.
Let's hope not.
Bob Nutton needs to sell the damn team. What the hell is he doing? It's only a matter of time till Paul Skeens and them get out of town, which would be an absolute shame.
Then that's the tradition of the Pirates right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Did you guys hear the Steelers are very interested in Carson Beck? Yes.
Yeah, I heard that, Jacob.
Not a fan.
I don't know why. It's got to be because of the championship pedigree. Because he was at Georgia and he won 2 natty titles as a backup. And I'll give him this. He led Miami to a national championship appearance, though he wasn't all that great in that game. He threw the game-sealing interception. It's got to be the pedigree that he brings.
He's got good leadership skills, and clearly he has that championship mindset going back to when he was backing up Stetson Bennett in Georgia.
Yes.
It's just he always choked when games got important.
Yeah, I just feel like when the lights are on him and when the stage is too big, he cracks under pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But the Steelers' interest is there, so if it's like the 5th round, whatever. Because I already know they're going to draft a quarterback, but if it's sometime in the 5th round, it's whatever. You're not losing much, especially considering you already have like 5 or 6, 7 picks completed beforehand.
Yeah, pretty much. So at that point, it's like, hey, you're throwing a flyer.
Hilarious 9124 says, I am a Steelers fan. I won't be there, but I need you to do me a favor. Please boo the ever-living hell out of the Baltimore Ravens. We got you.
Oh, you know
we
it.
got you.
You know
I'm going to
bro.
lose my voice that night
You already
before we
know
even
it.
make the selection. Y'all do realize, like, all 3 AFC North teams picked before us, right? Well, the Bengals don't because they got Sexy Dexy. But I'm going to be booing the ever-living shit out of the Browns and the Ravens.
We got you guys.
I hate those teams.
We got you.
I got y'all. Don't worry. I'm going to hold it down for you. Still lead with 199. I'm a Miami Hurricane fan. I say hell no to Beck. There you go. There you go.
There you go. From the word of Steeler, man.
Do you guys think A.T. Perry is a legit option or just a camp body? Just a camp body. I did like him coming out of college. I like his size and his deep threat ability. It reminds me a lot of, like, remember when we had Hakeem Butler?
Yeah, St. Louis, or are they still St. Louis? The Battlehawks, pretty much. Yeah, Battlehawks legend.
Y'all been checking out some UFL highlights?
We don't watch the games, but every week we watch the highlights of almost every game. Some of them are low-key bangers.
Yeah.
They're very enjoyable.
Let me tell you, there's a lot of previous Steelers. And there's Anthony McFarland. There's Benny Snell. There's Tyler Vaughn. Remember him? There's Dion Kane. Am I missing anyone?
There's Matt McCrane.
Best
kicker in the UFL, by the way.
hasn't
This
missed a
man's
kick yet.
kicking 60-yarders, bro,
For the
without
DC
breaking a sweat.
He hasn't kicked a fucking field goal since 2018.
No. Tyler Vaughn's might be the best receiver in the UFL. I'm not kidding.
No, but it reminds me of the Hakeem Butler situation with A.T. Perry, where he's tall, he's got this size, he's a bit of a deep threat. He's a camp body.
Yeah, I see Perry nothing more than that.
Well, we're
Some
double
competition.
we're double dipping a receiver, so
It's just added competition, added bodies to the room. I mean, we'll see what he can do.
yeah.
But camp body. Though, some of them UFL games are pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, Benny Snell is balling down there. Benny Snell football. I always liked Benny Snell, even from his Kentucky days, man. I was always a fan of Benny Snell. I love the way he runs. He's not explosive. He's not very shifty.
Never had burst.
But he runs angry.
He was always physical. That's why I like Snell coming out of Kentucky. He's a very physical back. Just, he fits the prototype of a Steelers back. He just couldn't put it all together in the big leagues.
No, like his ceiling in the NFL is like a rotational guy.
And
not rotate, but like a short yardage.
And there were some flashes there. It just wasn't consistent. Not like when Jalen Warren took the job,
Right.
where he was more consistent. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, hey, listen, Benny Snell's doing his thing down there. Good for him.
Yeah. No, but some of those games are actually mad entertaining.
A lot of fun.
What thoughts on Brock Lesnar retiring last night? I don't think he's retiring. Like, if that's it for him, what a send off. I don't think he's retiring. I just can't picture him, who comes back from millions every 6 months, is retiring.
I see why you say that, but he put Oba over, and that was a hell of a build. That was the match I was most looking forward to for WrestleMania night 2.
I love Oba, by the way.
Oh, he's over. He's big. He's one of the futures of the company. No, he just has it. But after what Brock did, I mean, he lost to one sit-down powerbomb. He didn't kick out and lose to another. He put Oba over by losing to one.
Yep.
And then his send-off of doing what he did, taking the combat gloves and the boots off. Brock doesn't need to wrestle again. There's nothing more for Brock to do.
I agree.
And I feel like
I just don't envision him.
I see why you say that, plus the Gunther situation with what they're telling. I don't think Gunther and Brock needs to happen. I think with what Brock did, I think you could just put it at that.
Yeah.
I think that's good enough. That's just the way I see it.
We'll see how that holds. But by the way, all the damn advertisements, holy fucking shit.
Oh, my God.
Someone called it the Attitude Era.
Ad.
There's ads everywhere. There's more ads than matches.
WWE Club, there's Wingstop, there's Snickers, there's
Crumble,
some casino. Every 2 minutes.
Imagine paying $32,000 to go to some sort of event and only getting entertainment for 8 minutes average, but sitting 20 minutes in between to wait for the next one.
It's just so overbearing. I remember the old WrestleMania. It was like, say, WrestleMania 23 or even 25. There would be like 2 ads max on like a 6-7 hour pay-per-view.
Yeah. We got a super chat coming from N Power Jr. with 199. Is Markel Bell a good left tackle for Pitt? He's he's 6'9". Like, he's got great size. He's just
huge.
very raw. Yeah, he played over 1,000 snaps last year. He's just very raw. I'm more so like Travis Burke because he's more of a natural tackle. He can play either side, and he's just more consistent there.
Yeah. How many years did Markel Bell start at the collegiate level? Was it like 1 or 2?
Probably.
Well, Burke, he started 4. And I think that was like a variety of schools, too.
Yeah.
And he's more of a prone swing tackle option, but he does have experience at left tackle.
Sasha, greetings from Switzerland. Wow. What time is it in Switzerland?
Time in Switzerland.
But we're about 3.5, 4 hours from Pittsburgh. We live in PA.
It's 8:49 p.m.
So, okay. So you're 6 hours ahead. How's the future look?
Is it dark? Can you see the moon?
Oh, How Game Talk says, I got to head out, but hope you guys enjoy the draft environment. I was at Red's opening day, and it's amazing seeing the sea of red and Cincy. Enjoy and peace. Thanks, brother.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Peace to you. No, yeah, I remember we went to a Pirates game, and I'll tell you, the seats we had, like, first of all, PNC Park is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful. You got the Roberto Clemente statue out there. You get in there, you see everything.
But
the scenery, bro, is like, how do I explain it? You just see Pittsburgh. You see the bridges. You see the skyscrapers. Like,
Yep.
You see everything. You see the High Line building. Like, it's just nothing like
you
Pittsburgh,
see the bridges, you see the Allegheny River, you see the sky view of Pittsburgh, and where we were like in the upper deck, like on the right side and whatnot. But it was just like a hell of a view, and plus the baseball field like right down below you. It's one hell of a view.
I know.
Like if you guys have not ever been to a Pirates game or a baseball game in general, but specifically PNC Park, I highly recommend at least going to one game.
Yeah.
It's a lot funner going to a game rather than sitting down and watching it at home.
I'll tell you what, I definitely can't wait to get back out there, man.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
There's something about the scenery there and the city and seeing the bridges, or even if you're by the Mr. Rogers statue right by Heinz Field, like you're at the statue and you're looking across the Allegheny and you just, you see Pittsburgh. It's cool. Really cool.
And the weather this week is going to be gorgeous, dude.
The only thing I'm not looking forward to is the parking. Parking's going to be a bitch.
Yeah.
And parking's expensive.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to Pittsburgh, beware. Parking's expensive, and it's going to be packed, so it's probably not going to be fun. Parking's not going to be fun. Everything else is going to be fun, and they're going to have all kinds of, there's going to be all kinds of tailgates. There's going to be all kinds of, like, events they're going to have. I think the Steelers are having some sort of event for the draft. It's supposed to open at, like, 10 or noon or something.
At the stadium?
No. Hold on. Let me see if I can find. I forget the name of it. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I don't know where I'm gonna find it. I'm on their website right now searching. I forget the name of it, but they're supposed to have this cool little event. It's like they're supposed to showcase like what a 70s man cave was supposed to look like.
Okay.
Steelers to offer fan-focused experience during NFL draft. Is this it? Oh, it's called Steelers Country. Steelers Country is a 12,000 square foot interactive landing spot for fans of all ages that share the traditions of Steelers Nation and is a place for fans to gather. Steelers Country features Steelers Nation Unite Bar, a global Steelers themed bar experience with rotating locations from Steelers bars around the world offering beverages for purchase. Immersive Fan Cave, which is a 1970s inspired Pittsburgh basement recreating the look and feel of a classic Steelers fan home.
That's probably badass.
Steelers' 6 Super Bowl rings display larger-than-life replicas celebrating each of the franchise's championship victories. Entertainment and shows. Fans will also have the opportunity to watch live Q&As with Steelers legends and current players. Enjoy daily entertainment on the Steelers Country stage, including the Steelers Draft Countdown Show on Thursday, April 23rd from 7 to 8 p.m. and Friday, April 24th from 6 to p.m. I'm not going to say it. You already know.
I'll only say it in regards to Darnell Washington.
But yeah, it's so the hours for Thursday is 12 to 10, so 12 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, same time, and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Wow.
And these are the pictures.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be real cool.
All right.
Yeah, definitely want to check that out.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Definitely want to check that out.
That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait, bro.
We got 2 days before we're going to be. And 2 days from now, we will be in Pittsburgh. That is the plan. That is the plan. That is the vision.
Yes, it is.
I can't wait. God, when was the last time we've been to Pittsburgh? Was that 2022?
The last time we were in Pittsburgh for the draft was 2022. I think the last time we were in Pittsburgh was for Friday Night Lights, but it rained.
Yes. Yeah, that was Kenny's rookie year.
Yes.
That still irritates me.
Yes. Yeah, we were there for Friday Night Lights.
Then it rained.
It poured, bro.
So everyone's like, go back to their cars.
Danny.
And I'm unfiltered. You guys know that.
Dan yelled, he screamed, what? Like you could hear him.
Oh, I was cussing up a fucking storm.
So everybody, while it's pouring down, coming down hard, we're all drenched getting back to our vehicles. And getting out was a pain in the ass. I mean, we're just sitting there soaked in our vehicles, water dripping everywhere inside.
Yeah, shout out to the sis, shout out to Cold Steel. That was a fun environment.
Yes.
But trying to get out of there was crazy.
Our sister found the way. She always finds a way.
Storm. And we're like, you know what? We're just going to salvage this. We're going to.
So the next morning, we ended up going down to Pittsburgh. And yeah, just made it a lot of fun.
Yep. So we salvaged it. It's just, no, Friday Night Lights was not there.
I think that's when we actually went to the Heinz History Center for the first time. I think like the video footage you guys see in the intro is from the Heinz History Center.
Yeah.
I think that's when we went.
Yeah, so Franco's cleats from the American Reception, the 6 Super Bowls. I think, what was it, L.C. Greenwood's, is that his cleat or his helmet or something?
Or are you talking Max Starks? Max Starks was the big
Max
dude.
Starks, yeah, well, obviously he is.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah. Pittsburgh is waiting for the Pirates to be good. You can tell they are hungry. I know, man. It's been so long. It's been so long, man. Mike G says, trade Highsmith ass. He only plays well when he wants to.
He's the most expandable.
See, that's why in our last mock, we went edge. We don't go edge often in our mocks this year, but I think going edge later on could be like a sleeper pick because you need that extra insurance. You already know one of them is going to go at some point. And frankly, the injuries between Watt, Highsmith, and Herbig, they can't stay healthy at the same time for a long period of time. So at some point, someone's going to have to get elevated from the practice squad. That's why we went edge in our last mock because impendingly, we're going to have that fourth edge guy. But for now, he's kind of like that insurance policy.
And that's all he is, insurance.
Yeah.
Just a backup plan there.
Wish I could go to the draft, but these days I live across the country, says Isaac. Damn. I hear you. And travel's not cheap. Nothing in this country is cheap now, is it?
No.
Hasn't been that way for a long time.
No.
But
I don't expect that to change, unfortunately. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, it sucks. But, no, I mean, I still can't wait, man. We got plans, we got visions, we got things we want to do out there. So if y'all happen to see us strolling down the street or whatever, feel free to say hi. We're not shy. Don't be shy yourself.
No, don't.
Feel free to say hi. We'll be out there.
Big time.
I can't wait. I'm sure we'll meet up with a lot of you. It's going to be a great time. I can't wait. It's going to be really, really, really exciting. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I've never been to the draft before. For it to be this close, it's like you can't pass on it.
No, you can't.
Funny enough, it's closer next year than it is this year.
But for it to be in Pittsburgh, the whole environment's going to be contagious. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be fun, dude.
I'm very excited to see what all they're going to have set up, because obviously they have the whole stage in the parking lot in Heinz Field, which I find stupid. Because where's everyone going to park? You took up all the parking for the stage. They should have had the stage in the stadium with everyone sitting in the seats. That's what they should have done.
They could have done that because
You have a full capacity.
If they weren't going to do that, I don't know where else they would have put it.
And then you have giant TVs outside for the ones that can't get in. And then they're open for tailgate and everything. That's what they should have done. Instead, they took away the parking lot and had the giant stage outside the stadium. Should have just done it inside the stadium.
Is that the updated?
Yes.
That's where it is right now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on the side, yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture.
Yeah, that's on the side.
Let's see if I can
That's
get it.
on Ian Rappaport's Twitter, by the way.
I'm aware.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
that's where it is.
If y'all haven't seen the setup, I'll get a picture for you guys. This is what I'm talking about. They should have done it inside the stadium, and they didn't.
Yeah, that's gonna be on the side of the stadium where the Steelers Pro Shop's gonna be.
There it is. There it is.
Yep.
So that's Heinz Field. I wonder what that tops thing on the field is. I don't know what that is. See that tops little?
Yeah,
area?
I see it. I don't know.
Probably some event inside the stadium.
It might be. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you look, how do I point this out? If you look right past the little dome tent thingamajiggy they have here, that's Steelers Pro Shop. Steelers Pro Shop's right there.
Yeah, right there.
And that's all the parking lot, which is now going to be taken up by all this.
Yep.
Swear they should. I get they wanted a big stage and such. They should have just done it in the stadium because at least now you have all the seats for everybody. I think it would have made more sense.
Yeah, but they're gonna do their thing. It is what it is.
But I know, like, across the river, across the Allegheny from Heinz Field, they also have tents set up for some sort of event. I don't know exactly what that's about. I think the plan is once we get there Wednesday, we're going to stroll around the normal spots and then try to see what all they're doing and holding down for anywhere, just to kind of get a glimpse and pretty much get an experience of everything. It's going to be fun. It's going to be packed. I'm very aware. Traffic's going to be a bitch. Parking's going to suck. Everything's going to be expensive, but I'm excited.
Just gotta deal with it, bro.
Yeah, I can't wait. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we did put him in the thumbnail. We didn't even talk about him. Patrick Queen. Is he going to get traded?
Yeah, because there were trade rumors regarding Patrick Queen to the Cowboys for quite some time early in the offseason, basically around the start of free agency.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't lead to anything. Patrick Queen's still here, but I'm a firm believer where if there's smoke, there's fire.
Right.
I don't know if there's still smoke to that fire. I don't know if Queen could still be another candidate for the Steelers to trade away if they desire to, because they've looked at a handful of linebackers. As far as the draft goes, they've looked at Kyle Lewis, who's a local visit. They looked at Jaden Duggar and Jack Kelly, but they're more so mid to late round selections.
Yes. Patrick Queen. It's interesting because there were trade discussions between the Steelers and the Cowboys right at the start of free agency. Now, keep in mind, at the time, the Cowboys didn't have a third-round pick because that third-round pick is ours right now. That was before they trade away Osa Odighizuwa to, I think,
the 49ers.
The 49ers.
For a third.
Yes. So, apparently the Steelers rejected Cowboys' quote-unquote disrespectful offer for Patrick Queen, which was just a third-round pick. Apparently the Cowboys offered a third-round pick, which is interesting because they didn't have a third-round pick at the time. But now they do. But I doubt they're going to trade that for Queen because he's in a contract year. But if the Steelers were offered a third for Queen, I would have taken that. The only issue is you don't have a starting linebacker like you do with Highsmith and Herbig.
Yeah.
You don't have someone ready to step up if one goes. That's the problem with Queen. But the fact that there were trade talks between the Steelers and the Cowboys regarding Patrick Queen, could that be sparked back up? Maybe, dare I say, for the 12th overall pick.
It very well could be. I know the Cowboys have the 12th pick as well as the 20th pick, and they don't have a pick after that up until that third-round pick, which is, I think, 92, that they got from the 49ers. But I don't know what goes down with Patrick Queen. I mean, Con could very well just keep him, stabilizing the linebacker position. You have your starters in Queen and Wilson while you're having your depth and Malik Harrison, who's still here, and Cole Holcomb, who they've assigned for 2 years.
Yeah.
But if you trade Queen away, that leaves a position wide open unless you view Holcomb good enough and healthy enough and durable enough to be the starter, which I wouldn't mind, but I don't think that's ideal.
That's past him now.
I think that's not ideal to do unless you see somebody in the draft that falls that you really like maybe a Kyle Lewis that you want to take maybe in the third round because of his versatility and just how he is as an overall football
I
player,
do like
plus his
Kyle
coverage upside.
I do like Kyle Lewis. They looked at Jacob Rodriguez, who's also getting first-round talks.
Yeah, that's another guy they brought in for a top 30 visit.
Yeah.
Which I like a lot.
There's Anthony Hill out of Texas, who's a stud. There's Jay Golday from Cincinnati, who's a stud. Josiah Trotter is more like a Lawrence Timmons model, in my opinion, where he's not great in coverage, but he's a strong, heavy blitzer and a run guy.
Yes.
So if they want to go linebacker and maybe move on from Queen, they could do that. They have many picks in day 2 to do so. And frankly, I mean, day 2 is a sweet spot for linebacker because that's where the majority of them are going to be falling off the board.
Yeah. I see that.
Linebacker stacked this year, too.
Yeah, they got a lot of good players there.
Day 3, not so much. I mean, like Jack Kelly or guys like that they've brought in, maybe for like mid-round selections.
I do like Jack Kelly's blitzing capabilities and his athleticism, but he's not going to be a day 1 starter. He's not going to be given that right out the gate.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Especially if you trade away Patrick Queen.
I
don't know.
Would y'all trade Patrick Queen for what?
For the right compensation, and unless you have a plan at linebacker, whether that's in the draft or after the draft, maybe. Depending on how the board falls, they don't take a linebacker early and they still want to get a linebacker, a starting worthy linebacker. I'm going to throw out Aaron Roberts out there. I'm going to throw him out there because he's still a free agent and he played under Patrick Graham last year with the Raiders. For the past 2 years.
Obviously, Omar likes him because he's one of the first guys he brought in when he was GM in his first free agency.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm
throwing it out there. That's a possibility. Maybe I just want Aaron Roberts back so much.
It's possible someone really falls and they take him at the linebacker position, and then maybe it's like the Pickens situation where they had trade talks about a certain player being traded before or during the draft, but the compensation wasn't high enough. And then Jerry Jones is like, okay, you know what? We'll cough up higher capital now after the draft is over, and then they shop him over. Maybe it's something like that.
I could see that. I can see that as a possibility.
I don't want to rule anything out. But honestly, it's harder to do because you don't have no one there yet, which is why it's probably more likely to happen after the draft.
Yeah.
If they draft a linebacker.
Or,
like, say Rodriguez falls to 53. I doubt the Steelers are going to pass on that.
Boom, take him.
I'm taking him right there.
Right, especially if he's best player available.
Then, bam, you can move on from Queen right then and there.
Could very well do that.
And then you get capital for 2027.
Yeah. That's an added plus to that, too. It's a possibility.
You need all kinds of capital for 2027. You know why.
Yeah. But as of now, I don't see Queen being moved. I don't. I feel like if they would have done it, they would have done it during free agency because the linebacker pool in free agency kind of wasn't all that great, if I remember. Or if there were some players, they fell off right out the gate, and there were some linebacker needy teams. I feel like if there was a time for them to do it, it would have been that time. Maybe they just feel like it's best to hold on to Queen, just hold him for the year.
It was an expensive field, though. If you remember, it was an expensive field.
That's true.
So Khan didn't want to go heavy in that because he already did that with Queen.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go there again. So I'm gonna say it most likely happens after the draft if they get a linebacker.
And that's really gonna be the determination right there, if they get a linebacker.
Yeah.
Especially one with a high selection.
But the fact that it's been kind of brewed up before, it could spiral back. They could circle back to those talks. Very similar to the Pickens situation last year. Only this time we would actually have a replacement then and there instead of struggling at that position all over again. Hopefully that's the case. We'll see.
Again, one of those players that is a wait-and-see sort of deal. I'll believe it when I see it.
Playing next to Roquan Smith in Baltimore made Queen look a lot better than what he really is. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he had Mike McDonald. Geez.
Mike McDonald, yeah.
Mike McDonald as his DC. That man knows how to utilize his players. I mean, just look at Seattle, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Just look at Seattle.
But no,
yeah, bro. Queen went from McDonald to Terrell Austin.
He's from one of the best and one of the worst.
Yeah, big time.
Probably
the worst.
Maybe Patrick Graham can get the most out of him again.
Listen,
in a contract year?
Listen, I can only hope, right?
He's only 25, 26, but
Graham's made, I mean, he's been a DC for 7 straight years, and wherever he's been, he's gotten the most out of his talent. I mean, the Raiders, we know they were awful. They have the number 1 pick for a reason. But that defense did so much with very little star power. They basically only had Max Crosby.
And frankly, seeing how the defense was under Terrell Austin and Mike Tomlin's influence, both are gone now.
Thankfully.
I guess you can give anyone on that defense that's returning another chance just to see what they could do under a coach that actually schemes the system around his players rather than trying to mold the players into his system.
Yep.
That was the problem the Steelers had, is they had a set system, and they tried to force the players into fitting that when they didn't fit certain areas or certain roles. That's not what they're good at.
It
Thus,
was
they were
always
weak in a lot of spots.
it was always under Mike Tomlin. It was always, this is the scheme. This is what we want to do, and you're gonna fit in it, and you're gonna like.
But
it.
a good coach schemes his entire scheme around the player and their benefits and their roles and their pros compared to their cons, right?
And that's what Patrick Graham stated just last week. It's like there's no Patrick Graham scheme. It's just a matter of how I can get to know you and how I can use you.
That's what makes a good coach, is if you can scheme around a player and his benefits, that tells me everything I need to know about you as a coach.
Big time.
Because one, you're not stubborn and trying to fit that player into something that doesn't work and doesn't work, and you are knowledgeable enough to know what works and how we can get the best out of that guy. It's very expendable or very, very wide open is that coaching scheme.
Yeah.
Which is going to make, hopefully, this defense a lot stronger. And maybe Quinn can be part of that.
Hey, if he sticks around, we'll see. I can only hope. But Graham leading the charge at DC, it does excite me.
But I will say, Queen, from what I saw, I guess we got to give him another shot if he's going to stick around under Graham. But from what I saw, is just with the contract he got, it's just he didn't wow me.
His durability has held up. His availability has been there, like it was with Baltimore.
But when it comes to coverage skills, it's very spotty. His angles, he misses a lot. He doesn't break off a lot of blocks constantly.
No.
Just wasn't really enthused by his play.
He's not as physical as he should be, at least not consistently.
Yeah.
He needs to bring that aspect into his game.
Maybe Graham can do that. But if not,
we'll
hey,
see.
man.
We'll
hey,
see.
man, I'm just saying. I'm hoping they draft a linebacker somewhat early so that they have that extra rotational guy to start and then an eventual replacement, or maybe an eventual replacement immediately, and then they deal Queen. Anything's possible.
Yep.
But that's the great thing about having 12 picks and some of these positions being stacked, like safety, like receiver, like corner, like linebacker, even guard early on. It's stacked. They got all these picks. They can address so much.
That they can, bro.
It's only a matter of how the draft board goes down and how serious talks are during those times. It's going to be fun, man. It is officially draft week, ladies and gentlemen. We are 70-something hours away from the Raiders being on the clock and Fernando Mendoza being the number 1 overall pick.
That's right.
But if I had to guesstimate, we are, let me get my math
He's
here.
trying to do the math here.
We're about 78 to 79 hours to knowing who the Steelers' number 1 pick is going to be.
I'll take your word for it.
Roughly.
Actually, here's a early look at the screen here of the setup from inside the dome in the parking lot of Heinz Field.
Yeah, it's no different than what they always do.
No, not really. It's just a dome and then boom.
They always do
LED
that.
lights
That's
and
what they all. That's their. That's,
Excuse me. Yeah.
That is their setup every year.
No different.
Pequi, a bum, left the league and missed tackles. Yeah, he takes a lot of bad angles. Personally, not a fan. Sasha says, my God, Mel Kiper just doesn't stop defending Shedeur Sanders. Just watched him die on a hill on how good Shedeur looked in 2025 and how nothing was Shedeur's fault. He can't accept he was wrong.
Man.
When is Mel Kiper ever right? Let's put it that way.
I don't get it.
Let's put it that way. Was Shedeur the best quarterback they had? Yes. But when you're also looking at Dylan Gabriel and an old-ass Joe Flacco, who was then traded midseason, I mean, come on. It's not really a great sample size now, is it?
Sure. He didn't have the best surround system, right? That's arguable, sure. But even then, it's like Shedeur. He had his moments, but even then, we knew the inconsistencies that he brought to the table.
He had a very Shedeur rookie season.
It's what do you expect? Not to be a Pro Bowler, but
yeah, that
whatever.
was stupid.
Whatever.
That I don't get. That's the NFL for you. Russell Wilson was a Pro Bowler for us. Remember that? Pro Bowl Russell Wilson for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. Yeah, remember that?
Wow.
Wait, hold on. Odell's back with the Giants for a physical?
Is that legit?
The Giants have wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. in their building today for a physical.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
He hasn't played in what, a year or two?
I don't think since was he a Raven?
He was a Raven. And JPJ had him locked down. What is Harbaugh doing?
I don't know.
It's the Raven connection, dude.
That's their problem.
It's a Raven connection. Might as well call the Giants the New York Ravens.
Good for him, I guess. I just refreshed Twitter, and that's the first thing I saw.
Oh, my God.
He had one of the greatest rookie seasons of anyone, really.
Well, there's no denying that.
But after that,
He won the Super Bowl. He got traded to the Rams. I mean, he's got a resume, sure, but whatever.
Mel Kiper also said in 2010 that if Jimmy Clausen, I remember him, didn't become a great NFL quarterback, that he would retire. I'm still waiting on that retirement there, Mel.
Wasn't he a second rounder to the Panthers, Jimmy Clausen?
I think so. He was not good.
No, not good at all.
There's been so many quarterbacks that he has stamped his name on. I can't tell you one that has hit for him. Like out of all the years he's been doing this, I can't tell you one that he has stamped his name on. He's been, you know what? That is some great draft analysis.
I mean, he's been around a long time, but it's like, yeah, dude, come on.
I don't know,
Come
man.
on, dude.
Queen is a blitzing backer, not a coverage one. Well, that's how he should be used. Absolutely. I agree. They didn't blitz him as much. You have your coverage guy in Patrick Wilson or Peyton Wilson. I don't know why I didn't use him there. Can you guys give your prediction for the Steelers' first pick? Love the show. Nick, thank you. My prediction, and it'll probably change, most likely, on Wednesday, because we'll do our final predictions Wednesday night. I'm going to go Ioane.
Where I'm at right now, I do believe the Steelers are going to continue with tradition. And lately, that's been the trenches. So, yes, I agree. I think they go Ioane.
Don't ask me how, because that's getting into a whole nother can of worms, but I think they get Ioane. Even if they got to trade up, go draft him. It's either him or Lemon for me. If by the end of Thursday night, Ioane or Vega or Steelers, I'll be incredibly happy.
I'll sleep well that night.
I won't go to sleep. I will be smiling ear to ear. It'll be like the Steelers and Ravens game all over again. I'll just be on an absolute adrenaline high, adrenaline rush.
Yeah, right.
Like, it was just take over. Like, I remember after that game, I went to sleep.
Or try to, right?
Tried to. I think I got like maybe 3 hours of sleep, but it was like a cat nap because I woke up and still felt the energy.
Yeah, I didn't get to bed till like 3 a.m., dude. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, me too.
Dude.
But guess what? I woke up and it's like, okay, let's go.
Yep.
Like a cat nap.
Yeah, that adrenaline still hits you. It's like you close your eyes, you open them, and it's like, oh, okay, here we go.
Don't say Boston. Shady, don't say Boston.
No.
Ryan Williams next year, round 1. He had a great freshman year. Last year wasn't what I thought it was going to be. He's still a good receiver. He's still incredibly young, by the way. But I think there's better receivers next year, for sure. That one cat that transferred to Indiana, he's the real deal. Obviously, you know, you got Jeremiah Smith, who's probably going to be a top 2, top 3 pick next year because he's just unbelievable.
Yep.
There's Wesco from Texas. I think Wingo from Texas. I mean, the wide receiver next year is looking really good, too.
Already.
Yeah.
Already, dude.
I'm trying to look at it as, you know, maybe we go receiver this year, and then we're looking at quarterback next year. I'm not even focused on receiver early next year. I'm trying to fix that now.
Yeah. I
Set
mean,
that quarterback up.
that's the ideal situation right now, yeah. That's where we're at least.
I'm not worried about Boston's small hands. I don't think he's a great separator and not what we need. He's like Pittman. He's like another Pittman. We already have that. We need a route guy.
Yeah.
We need a separator.
I don't think you need any more of what you already have.
Yeah.
Like I get it. You want tall, speedy, lengthy guys. You want bully wide receivers. I get that. You already have 2 of those.
Right.
I don't think you necessarily need to pile that on continuously at wide receiver 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think you need a separator. That could be a Lemon. That could be a Cooper if he were to be a Steeler, right? That could be another guy day 2, like a Bernard, right?
Right. But yeah, I'm not worried about Boston's hand size. I believe Pickens has smaller hands.
What's Boston's hand size?
Let me.
What was it?
9 3/4 inches.
Really? Okay.
9 3/4. Platform 9 3/4.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry. Had to do it. Yeah, Pickens has 8 3/4.
Pickens got some of the best hands in the league. There you go.
Doesn't Makai have the same hand size? You know who has big hands but also sucked and I thought was going to be an absolute gem?
Who's that?
Sky Moore. Sky Moore has like 10-inch hands and he can't catch shit. Mekhi Lemon has the same hand size as George Pickens. I don't think hand size for receiver is like a make or break.
Mekhi Lemon don't drop the ball.
No.
He good.
No.
He's good, bro.
I don't want to rule out Boston because he's kind of my dark horse. I don't want him. Like, I want us to go receiver, but if there's one I don't want in the first, it's Boston.
Yeah.
I don't want him. I don't. There's obvious interest there.
I
don't want Boston.
I think we can go with somebody that's a better fit.
Much better fit. Go get Mekhi. Go get Tyson. I'll even take Cooper. I'll take Concepcion. Way before Boston.
Pretty much.
Way before Boston. Just me. No, Shady, I heard you. Yeah, I'm not saying you wanted Boston. I don't want him. I'm not surprised the Steelers are probably going to want him because, I mean, there's obvious interest there. It's just read the writing on the wall, right?
Yeah.
It speaks what McCarthy likes. You just can't ignore it. You can't. The reason I say Concepcion over Boston because he's a much better athlete and a much better separator. Yeah, his drops are a big concern, but I think he can work on that.
He's got work ethic, no doubt about it. It's definitely something he can improve on.
He's a lot more explosive than Boston.
Yeah.
But
it would just fit well in the slot better, too, in my opinion.
For sure. Otherwise, Steelers have a separator. His name is Roman Wilson. He is a separator. He just didn't get the targets. Roman's an interesting one because, like, I don't know. I don't know. Is he going to make the roster? He's got route running ability. He's got good speed. He didn't get the reps or the targets he probably should have.
Yeah.
Because there were times where he's open, he's got these windows, and Rodgers isn't looking his way for one reason or another. We don't know. I'm not going to speculate on anything, but I don't know what Wilson, man. I don't.
I can only hope that this coaching change and this new offensive staff and scheme will benefit Roman. And I think he will be given a chance and an opportunity, but he needs competition. You can't just gift Roman to 3 and be like, okay, you're the starter. Roman has to prove himself.
Right.
He needs to showcase that he can stay healthy, which he did last year, but he needs to showcase consistency as a route runner, as a separator, as a catcher.
Absolutely.
He needs to do that all summer leading to the NFL season with some legitimate competition.
Right.
And if anything, you have Roman as a very good extra hand at wide receiver, very good depth piece, right? That's something that could work well for Roman, for him to continue to build upon. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, and I'm going to put a new poll in the chat because I think double dipping a receiver is a strong possibility, and it should definitely be something they do. Not just because they need an eventual one or a slot right now. They need better depth. They need some dependability. Obviously, a return specialist. So I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Do the Steelers double dip at wide receiver in the draft? Yes or no? Get you guys' polls in the chat. If there's any specific players you want for them to select at receiver or double dip at some point for whatever round, let us know down in the live chat. While we do that, I want to thank the sponsor of today's live stream. Huge shout out to Prize Picks. Hey guys, quick timeout from this episode. Consider it your halftime show. No matter what sport you're watching, there's no better way to make the action more exciting than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. Prize Picks is available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. And Prize Picks is real simple to use. All you gotta do is click more or less on your favorite players' projections and build lineups in just a few taps. And to get you started, Prize Picks is hooking you up with $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup when you use the code HMA. We got the NHL and NBA playoffs coming up. The MLB, the season is just getting started. One of my favorite aspects and features of Prize Picks is you can add multiple sports to your lineup. Prize Picks now has early buyouts. If your player is off to a really hot start at the beginning of the game and you want to cash out early on those earnings before the game finishes, Prize Picks allows you to do that. We have the Prize Picks app right here on the phone. As you see, these are free picks. You guys can add the free picks and build a streak going, which is a very fun feature of Prize Picks. Let's lock in our pick of the day. You see that top guy, Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates. 6.5 pitcher strikeouts. More or less. The cool thing here is they even give you previous games' performances to kind of get a good feeling on what you should pick if you're not feeling so confident. He's only done it once in his last 5 games, which tells me this guy's kind of due. Let's pick more for Paul Skeens to have 6.5 strikeouts. Download the Prize Picks apps today and use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you place your first $5 lineup. Click in description box below. Huge shout to Prize Picks. It's good to be right. I didn't realize I was muted. We're back. Don't worry, we're back. Hold on. I messed up the settings there. I think we're back. I didn't realize it was muted. In the transition, it must have muted automatically. That's my fault, PM. All right, we're back. Are we back? Can you hear me? Okay, I think we're back. Still muted, trust. I ain't muted. I'm back.
Wait, what happened?
I guess I accidentally muted us.
For real?
Yeah, during the transition between the ad, I guess it muted us by accident.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I stopped. I stepped away to go to the bathroom. I had no idea what was going on.
I don't think guard is valuable enough round one. O-line round one won't move the needle this year like a wide receiver would, in my opinion. That's why I want Lemon as my number one guy, but I would absolutely take Ioane.
I can settle with Vega.
Vega or Fanu. I don't want to roll out Fanu either. Like, if we're going to take offensive linemen, it's probably between those two. Unless we trade back and take like a Pregnon late in the first. But the Steelers haven't traded back in 25 years.
No.
So I don't think that's I mean, it's an option. I just don't think it's the most likely option.
I think it's a less likely one. Yeah.
Yeah. She said, I'm not a lip reader over here. Sorry. Scott Atkins says Lemon first, Brazel third, and Stribling in the fourth. I mean, we could definitely go there, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Chris from Tennessee. I do. The interest from the Steelers is not as much as I like it to be. Kind of odd because he kind of fits everything the Steelers want in a receiver. Speed, he's a deep threat. He's tall, he's fast, he's athletic. Not enough interest. Same thing with like a Bryce Lance at North Dakota State. They looked at his quarterback. They haven't looked at his wide receiver.
Yeah, that's true.
At least based off the interest or the pro days or the combine meetings. There's just not much there, which is interesting to me. Still, though, wide receiver stacked, man. Wide receiver is very stacked.
There's a lot of names to fall back on for day two.
So there's absolutely no problem with them going receiver at any point in this draft. But it's got to be at least within the first two rounds. It's that important.
That's what I firmly believe. Like, if it's wide receiver first round, guard is second, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sasha says, I watched a bunch of Jeremy Bernard tape today. I'd love to get him in the second if he decided to go elsewhere in the first. Also, I think Tyson is off the board. He looks smooth at his pro day. He did. He looked clean. He looked smooth. He looked very fluid. And he looked, most importantly, healthy. And there were over 20 NFL teams or executives there. I don't know if the Steelers were one of them. But it's possible he goes to the Dolphins at 11 or he goes to the Browns at 6. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised by that. I really wouldn't.
Maybe the Rams take him at 13. Maybe the Jets take him at 16.
Maybe Tyson's the first one off and not Tate.
I mean, if you don't take his injuries into account, he's probably the number one receiver in this class. Otherwise, to me, it's Lemon.
When he's healthy, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
You can make that argument.
Zachariah Branch might be a day 3 pick. Oh, he was always kind of teetering on the merge of second or day 2 and day 3. Kind of like late day 2, early day 3.
Yeah.
And this setback he has, I mean, it seems to me he was just dealing with a really douche cop.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in the way of the sidewalk and they arrested him on a $37, $38, $39 bail. At that point, why even put him behind bars?
No, reading the police report, it just seemed like the cop was just very picky. For no reason, he was being picky to Branch.
Yeah.
Like when it first came out, I'm like, oh no, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? Like that feeling is just like, oh no.
Well, it's also Georgia, so
Yeah, that's true. But then like reading the police report that Pelissero threw out there, I'm like, yeah, that's not that big of a deal.
no,
I don't think it's going to affect Branch's draft stock one bit.
no, because he was always going to go in the same area.
I don't think it falls. I can see him being a day 2 selection, no doubt.
Right.
I think it's very likely.
The thing with Branch is he's too gadgety. Like a lot of his catches are behind the line of scrimmage. He's a screen pass guy. He's like a jet sweep guy. He's too gadgety.
Yeah.
He's just. That's why he was always teetering along at late day 2, early day 3, because that's kind of the sweet spot for players like that. He's obviously fast. He's athletic. He's a big play guy. Yak is his middle name, but he's just too gadgety. There's not much of his route tree that you want to see from him. For a certain team, that's going to work out. The Steelers looked at him for a pro day dinner. They didn't bring him in for a top 30 visit.
No. That's the extent of their interest is, the dinner.
That's not a deal breaker that they didn't bring him in for a top 30 visit. It's just interesting.
I mean, we'll see where it goes. It'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think he'll be a good player in the right scheme. Don't get me wrong. He just doesn't have as much to him as I wanted him to.
At least not right out the gate. Like a great place for him to start is special teams because of his speed. And I think he has experience as a punt returner back from his USC days, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So that's a great place for him to start for him to learn and grow with his route running, especially.
Right.
If the Steelers want to explore that, I mean, like, hey, we need a return specialist.
Dustium says we definitely need to take another wide receiver in round 3 with one of the comp picks. If it's not round 3, it's probably very early day 3. Probably like a Stribling or a Kendrick Law. Guys like that, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even a Jeff Caldwell, who's more so of like a later day 3 guy, but he's kind of like that insurance guy later on if they really wanted to. Tate, in my opinion, is a compliment wide receiver. One like him to the Giants that tend to complement Nabers. I could see that. Shady, I could see that.
Yeah, I can see it too. I mean, the Giants, they did lose Wandale, and I don't think they have anybody else.
Sasha, yes, love Jeremy Bernard. We took him in the second round of our last mock that was uploaded earlier.
Yeah, spoiler.
Love Jeremy Bernard. Love him.
Bernard's great. He's a hell of a talent. And
He is.
considering the quarterback play he had to deal with, I mean, he put up some good production.
Yeah. Put up really good production, strong hands. He's a clean route runner. He's got a good build and out versatility. Speaks of what McCarthy wants.
Yep, no doubt.
I don't think Branch's skill set transitions well to the NFL. Once he has to go for a contested catch, he gets bullied by young NFL corners. Imagine the NFL.
Yeah, he rarely made those catches. Like that's not his trait.
Yeah, no,
that's not his trait.
No, he's too small, and a lot of his catches were behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So
the 50-50 passes, it's very. Remember Deontay Johnson when the Steelers always tried to rely on him for contested catches when they had Pickens?
that wasn't his skill set. No.
No, but they always did it with Johnson. Remember, I think it was that Patriots Thursday night game when Mitch was the starter. We lost that game.
Yeah.
The game on the
Bailey
line, he threw it
Zappi.
deep. They threw it deep to Deontay for a 50-50 catch. It was overthrown, but it's like you put the game on the line for Deontay Johnson to catch. Like, no, that's what Pickens is for.
Yeah.
So it's like that's not Branch's trait.
That was
now.
after Matt Canada left too.
Yes, it was. That was when we. That was after we lost to the Cardinals that week too.
Branch reminds me of Turpine. Yeah. I see the similarities. I do. What's going on with Broderick? He had a setback, Rob Bruno. He had a setback.
Yep.
He's going to get examined this week, and
it will determine the severity of where he's going to be when it comes to training camp and even the season.
right. Let's do a full first round mock. I'll give it to you guys. We'll do a Steelers mock. We'll do one Steelers mock interactive with the chat. And I think tomorrow we'll do a full first round. If not tomorrow, then probably Wednesday. In fact, that might make more sense. Wednesday night.
I think that would make more sense.
Now,
yeah, if we can do it.
What do we want to use? What website do you want to use? PFF, PFN, NFL Mock Draft Database. What website do we want to use, chat?
Now, last time we did one of these, you were the ringleader. You did it. Can I do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
PFN Mock Hero. What's Mock Hero?
Never.
What is Mock Hero? I've never heard of Mock Hero, Tyrone.
Yeah, never heard of Mock Hero. Mock Draft Hero?
I've never heard of it.
Me neither. I kind of like the way it looks. Oh, and you can choose like different draft boards from certain websites. That's kind of
Oh,
cool.
is that? Oh, for real?
That's kind of cool.
Okay.
So it's like everything in one. All right, which one should we use? I'll leave it up to the chat. Kendrick Law is a freak of nature, might be a good gunner for sure. He's a good return specialist too. All right, actually, you know what? Let me get them all up.
Yeah, get
in
PFN up.
case. PFN mock draft simulator. Click that.
I do like PFN though. I think compared to all the other simulators, I think this one's one of the better ones.
For sure.
Just my opinion on that.
Okay, I think we're going to use PFN. We're going to... Actually, let me get this up for y'all. Transition. Bam! There we go. Y'all see that? Okay, so we got Steelers. We got 7 rounds. We got fast. We're going to hit enter, and we're going to pause before anything. Now, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? We want to trade up now? Or should I go until a certain selection and then pause it, and then we'll see how the draft board falls? It's up to the chat. If it was up to me, I'd make the trade now just to get over and done with. Trade up to get Vega. See, in a lot of these simulations, Vega's always there, or most of the time there. Pause by Tampa Bay, go to 11, trade up for Lemon, give Dallas 21, Patrick Queen, and 99. Didn't we do something similar with
We did that
Philly
with,
G?
Yeah, we did it with our buddy Philly G. Yeah, shout out to him on the cloud we did 2 uploads ago. Live on the channel, by the way.
Yes. All right. Go up to 11.
Who's 11? Oh, no, you got to move up in front of 11.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to go until we get to the Giants.
Better be quick.
Oh, no, the Giants took Lemon. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. What? That's a plot twist.
Wait, the Rams traded up with the Chiefs to get Sony?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's filthy. Oh, no.
I just say let it play out, bro.
You say let it play out?
I'd say
Chat, what we do? Do we trade? Do we trade up in front of the Ravens?
I'll mark on right here. Let it play out.
Do we trade with the not Dolphins, the Cowboys to get in front of the Chiefs and the Ravens for Ioane, or do we just let it play out? I say let it play out, and then let's see what we can do in the second round to trade up for maybe a receiver. I think the chat kind of feels the same.
Yeah, let it play out.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Stop clicking it.
Well, I'm trying to see. Damn, Tyson went to 11. Fanu to the Ravens, that is my prediction.
Okay, keep going. Just let it go.
I'm scared.
Okay, all right, yep.
He's there.
I already see him.
He's
I
there.
already see him, Chad. We're taking him.
Olaiva Vega Ioane
We taking him.
is there.
I ain't trading back.
Why is it not loading?
Good question.
All right, it's Ioane, right?
Bro, it's Vega.
We're going Vega.
Vega.
Chat, right? I got to confirm with the chat. I don't see him being. Well, I do kind of see him being there. I do kind of see him.
I think
being there.
there's a chance.
I'm delusional. Okay, let me be delusional. We're gonna go Vega.
Vega.
We're gonna go Vega. All right, I'm gonna pause it here. What do we think we should do now? Because obviously we need a receiver.
I want to hope Bernard's there.
I don't think he'll be there. Do we try and wait out for Vega? If not, I like Antonio Williams. There's Skylar Bell they brought in too.
I like
Or do we
Skylar
want to
Bell.
trade up just to be safe? Trade up for Bernard. Trade to the 40s.
Let me see the draft.
I always like the Jets as a partner here because 44 they have that little bit of the space between 44 and 103.
Who did the Saints take with their first pick?
Ruben Bain.
They could target a receiver here, but I think it depends on like who's on that board.
Elijah Surratt. I do like Surratt from Indiana.
Okay, I'm gonna say go down all the way to the Jets at 44, and we'll see where the board is.
Do you guys agree with Rob? Should we go all the way down to about 43, 44 and see where the board's at? Maybe Bernard's there and just make a trade based off there. I think that's a good idea. We're gonna do that. Okay.
Go for it.
I'm kind of scared.
I'd be very careful now. We ain't trading with the Bengals, let me tell you that.
Do we trade with the Saints? Just to be on the safe side. What do we do? What do we do? I'm scared.
Well, the Dolphins don't need a receiver. They already took one.
Who's to say the Saints don't take receiver here?
They can take Chris Bell.
Chris Bell's good. If it wasn't for his injury, he's probably a first-round guy. Tyrone, I like Ted Hurst too, yeah.
Ted Hurst is nice. He's like 21 or something. Hit me.
Chat, what we
I
talking?
say it, hit me. Hit me.
So you're saying just keep going? Stay true?
Get to the Jets. Yeah, we're trading up.
You wanna...
Yeah, we're trading up.
Oh, my God.
Come on. Let's make the
getting
trade.
crazy. Hold on. Can I make the screen bigger for y'all? There we go.
Is that better?
Make it a little bigger for y'all.
Make this trade.
Trying to see. Okay.
That's better. You don't want to make it too big.
All right, Chad, what are we doing? We're just going to keep rotting it out? We trade up now?
No, I'll trade.
We trade up now?
I'm trading.
We trade up now?
I'm trading.
We going to trade up right now?
Jets. Make a deal.
What y'all thinking?
I can settle trading away 121.
Y'all want to trade 121?
I can settle with that.
Eric says ride it. Marquis says stay.
I don't mind trading away an extra pick, especially if you have a fourth that you can fall back on.
I'm going with what's mostly said in the chat. Popular vote, I guess. I say stay out and trade back into round 2. So you want us to trade so you want us to stay at 53 and trade back into round 2. That's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying?
Well, in that case, hit the X and then see who's all on the board.
No. The number 1, no. Chris Johnson's there. How?
I see Stooks.
All right, what are we doing? Are we riding it out or are we making the trade now? Because if we make the trade, it's 53 and 121.
For Bernard. That'd be the ideal.
Hurst would be there 53, yes. He would be. Would Bernard be there, though? And that's kind of the popular vote here. Make the trade, stay, and then trade. Yo, everyone's like...
Do we need a coin toss? I don't mind trading for Bernard.
Stay, then trade up for Stooks. I do like that. I do like trading Stooks.
Let's look at the cornerbacks to fall back on for 76. Let me look at the list.
Okay, who? The corners or what?
You got corner.
Chris Johnson, Keith Avenue, Trading Dukes, Keontae Scott, Julian Neal I really like. He's mad underrated. Malik Muhammad they brought in. Takario Davis. Hezekiah Masses from California they've looked at. Price Scott's another good one from Washington. Dalen Everett I like from Georgia. I mean, he's a later guy, though.
He is a later guy, but...
Stay, then trade into the 60s. I'm seeing a lot of stay now. Can we get the Kentucky kid in the 3rd? You're obviously talking about Kendrick Law. Where's he at? 115. We got a bare shot at getting him a 121. But if we trade 121, I'm about to gamble it. I'm going to gamble it. I'm going to gamble it. I'm going to gamble it. We'll see if he's there.
All right. Do it. Stooks is gone.
Stooks is gone.
But Bernard is there.
But Bernard is there. Holy shit. Stooks is gone. Stooks is gone, but Bernard's there at 53.
I'm trying to see here. Chat, where did we go?
Where did we go? I mean,
Well,
if it's up to me, I know where I'm going.
I think Bernard's the pick, but I'm trying to see options for a possible trade up.
You sure we're not just recreating our last mock?
I'm trying to see something. Hold on. Let me see the linebacker position.
Linebacker.
Yeah, let me see who's there.
Josiah Trotter, Jake Gallday, Deontay Lawson.
And look at Trotter. They met Golday at the combine, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Lewis could probably be there with one of the force if we don't trade one away.
I like Kyle Lewis. Harold Perkins, they've also looked at. More of like that edge inside kind of blitz or hybrid. Yeah, AJ Halsey, safety. Do they go safety this early?
I don't think so.
They got enough box safeties. I mean, if you're going to go for a full free safety, Genesis Smith is a really good deep covered safety. He just sucks at his tackling.
Yeah. I would go Bernard here. I would select Bernard here.
I would too. Caleb Banks is there, but they haven't looked at him much.
No, his injuries are a concern.
I mean, if it's up to me, I'm going Bernard. I don't know about y'all. I'm taking Bernard here. We're going to go Bernard. Now I'm going to pause it. What do we do? Do we want to trade back up? For what? Let's look at the board here. Is there anyone that's worth trading up to get?
I see Keontae Scott.
Keontae Scott.
Yeah.
From the U.
Yes.
Okay.
You want a slot guy? That's your guy.
Is there anyone we should trade up for? Or should we just stay? Should we just ride this out? Check corner? Okay. Corner, Keontae Scott, Julian Neal. Remember, we got 76 coming up.
Can we get to the Bears at 60?
You want to get to the Bears at 60?
Can we get to the Bears at 60?
Halsey's gone, but we're here at 60. Do a non-trade draft at this point. Let's stick and pick. It's kind of how I'm feeling. Scott's at 60. How is he still on the board? That don't make sense. We got to go 16 picks if we're going to stay tried and true here. Or do we want to trade up? Because if we trade up, let's see. There's no, I'll be real with you. There's no one on the board right now that's speaking trade. Like if Stooks was still there, I would, but he went. There's no one else that's like yelling to me, trade up. Scott, maybe. Should we just ride this out? Ted Hurst double dip. I like the language you're speaking. He's at 60 though. I don't know if he's gonna be here.
No.
Ride it out. Trade with Jags. They trash. Well, obviously they already took the selection. All right, I think we're just gonna ride this out.
All right, go for it.
We're gonna ride this out. Okay. Pick 76. We're not trading back.
No.
Scott went to the Commanders. Here we are now. Okay. We got Jalen Kilgore out of South Carolina, Jake Golday, Dominic Orange, Josiah Trotter, Grayson Holton from Oklahoma, Julian Neal, I really like. How we thinking? Let's take a look at these other receivers. Let's scroll down the board here. Is there anyone that's popping to you guys that say we should go grab somebody? I mean, here at 76. See, if Trotter could cover, I would take him in a heartbeat. He just can't cover. But I love him as a rushing or a run defending linebacker. Reminds me a lot of Timmons. He just can't cover. Jake Golday, he can do a little bit of everything. And we still have 85 and 99 coming up. We have not made no trades yet. We can always try to fall back on Orange or Daryl Jackson if we want to go defensive line. Same thing with receiver. We have receivers we could fall back on later on.
I say go receiver. Hold on. No.
Well, let's take a look at corner and safety. There's some corners here. Safety. Kilgore's there.
I think I go Kilgore.
I mean,
he's that hybrid defender. He can play safety and nickel.
Yeah, that's my choice. But let's see what the chat says. Yes, the Juice Man, orange. Yes, Big Citrus is his nickname. Big Citrus. Oh wow, a lot of people are saying Kilgore. They're on the same wavelength as us. All right, we're gonna go Jalen Kilgore, Sergeant Kilgore. Okay, now hold on. Before I make this decision, do we ride out to 85 or do we trade up slightly? I think we can ride it out, but I don't know if you guys want to get fancy. Who do we draft already? Ilwane and Bernard. This is looking very similar to our last mock. Not lying to you. All right, we're going to go Jalen Kilgore.
They're saying ride it.
Okay, we're going to ride it. Golday's off the board, so linebacker.
Linebacker's going to have to wait.
We got Big Citrus here. Big Citrus. Daryl Jackson, if you want to go defensive line. Zechariah Branch. Bryce Lance. We already went corner, or we already went safety, nickel hybrid. I mean, if I had to make the decision here, I'm probably going to go defensive line.
Chat saying orange.
They want Big Citrus.
Big
I
Citrus.
love orange.
They're taking. Yep, they're saying big citrus.
Big
There you
Citrus
go.
for sure.
There you go.
See, like I always battle myself. Who do I like more? Do I like orange or do I like Daryl Jackson more? Like they're very close to me. They're both massive human beings with crazy wingspans. They both can play the nose. But if I had to pick one, man, probably gonna go orange. I mean, the Steelers did bring in Jackson for a top 30 visit, so there's probably more interest there. But I do like Big Citrus. We're gonna go Big Citrus here. We're gonna ride out to 99. Funny enough, Daryl Jackson's still here. How the fuck is Julian Neal still on the board?
At that point, that's a snag. At least where he's selected.
Okay. Let's take a look here. If we want to go corner again, Takario Jackson, they brought in for a top 30 visit.
Where the tackle ranks?
Not great. Isaiah World, Austin Barber, Jude Bowery.
Considering where we are at 99, I don't mind Bowery here.
JC Davis I like, but he's a little later.
And Bowery's a left tackle.
Do they go tackle early? We got people saying Malik Muhammad, World, Davis, Isaiah World, Neal, or Muhammad. Okay, so this is
Well,
where
they brought in Muhammad, and he's got in and out versatility.
yeah,
and he's really good.
This is where we get into the period where it's like, hey, we could literally go anywhere right now. Elijah Surratt, if we want to double dip a receiver early. Is he related? Is he related to what's his nuts? The other Surratt from North Carolina. He was a quarterback turned linebacker. Chaz Surratt. Is he related?
I don't know.
Is he
Let me see the receivers for later on.
for later on? I mean, Kendrick Law.
I think we can wait.
115 though. Can he fall?
Not Bell, other options.
Let's
I
have
think
the-
we can wait.
Let's have the best secondary. Malik Muhammad, get a corner, take Carl Jackson, you get that monster DB on big receivers.
Is Davis there? I didn't see him.
Carl Davis is there, yes. So if we're going corner, it's either Muhammad or Davis based off of the top 30 visits.
Davis got a bigger body.
Yes, he does. And based off the Steelers' trend of the measurables, they're like a corner, he fits that to a T.
He's man like 6'4".
I don't know why this website's not working. It's not loading up any of these profiles.
If Davis is there, I'm taking him.
All right, chat. It's either Muhammad or Davis.
Because
Muhammad or Davis.
You got your nickel corner / split safety there. And you got your outside depth right there.
Right. Danielle, what's good? Good to see you in the chat.
Hey, Danielle. How we doing? You can take Davis at 120?
I don't think he'll be there.
No.
Said take his teammate Prysock. I do like him too.
I like Davis more, though. I'm going to be real. I think I prefer Davis of the two.
It's funny. We really contemplated taking Davis in our last mock. We really contemplated it. I also really contemplate Prysock because I do like him too. I think they'll both make for really stud pros. We could trade for another third for Muhammad. Yes, we are going to the draft. We're leaving for Pittsburgh come Wednesday morning. We will be in Pittsburgh for the draft. All right, a lot of people are saying Davis. So it's Malik or Davis. One of the two. Either 87 or 97. What's better value? Who's the better guy? Again, I wish these profiles, now they want to work. Okay. That's why I like this website. They go into serious detail on everything. They give you the on-field drills results. They give you, like, top 30 visits and stuff like that, right? They give you all these traits. It's very, very detailed. Very, very detailed. It's really cool how they do all that. Projection. Senior Bowl. They give you, like, daily analysis. They do a good job on this website. Get a true safety later. VJ Payne. We already took Kilgore, but I'm looking at Kilgore more as like a nickel hybrid. Everyone's saying Davis. We're going to take Tacario Davis. And now we're going to go to 121. I have a few guys in mind. I have two specific guys in mind here. We'll see if they both make it. Let's go. And won't you fucking know it? I think they're both there. Son of a bitch. I had two guys in mind. They're both there. That's Kendrick Law and that's Kyle Lewis. They're both fucking there.
Oh, timeout. Take Kendrick Law, trade up for Lewis. Trade away your 4th and 7th.
Trade with the Falcons? Hey, you know what?
If you have to trade to 6, trade to 6.
Those are the picks. Those are the picks, Somber. Oh, no, I kind of want to get back-to-back picks now. You got Law and Lewis both here.
Well, you better be quick with the pause.
I would just do the trade now.
Oh, well, you could do that too, I guess.
That's our proposal to you.
See what the interest is there.
This is our proposal. Let us know if you guys want to pull it. Where are they at? They're right there. We get 120. No. And then we would trade. I don't know if that's too much. Essentially that. We trade a 6 and a 7th, or 2 6, or our 4th here and 2 7s, which isn't going to work. So maybe the 6.
You cool with that?
Would y'all do that? You guys are right. Yeah, we do need offensive tackle too. Let's take a look at the board. J.C. Davis.
I'm looking at it.
Markel Bell.
I'm looking. Those 4 right there after Lee, Davis, Trost, Bell, Burke. They can be there in the 5th.
But if we trade, I would have to trade the 5th.
I thought you had to trade to 6.
Oh yeah, you're right. Hold on, Rob might be onto something here. Should I try that?
You keep the 5th, bro.
Should I do that?
And then we could take Bell and Lewis.
I would prefer Burke. Bell's too raw for me. I'll take Burke. Should I pull
I'm talking the 2 force. Did I say Bell? I meant Law.
Yeah,
Law and Lewis.
I know what you meant. Should I pull the trigger on that? Yes or no? That would be the trade. We would trade our 4th, a 6th, and a 7th to get back-to-back picks. Propose. Confirm. We got it. We got it. So we're going to take Kendrick Law here first. And then we're going to go Kyle Lewis. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Do it.
Holy shit.
Do it.
And now we go all the way down to 161, where we're definitely taking a tackle. And ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we could go Cole Payton if you guys want to, but at that point, you look at our tackle options because our next pick's 224.
There's Trost, Bell, and Burke. But everything afterward is just like, eh.
Which one do we do? Do we wait on quarterback at 224? Ew. I'll be real. What's more important this year? Tackle or quarterback? You know my answer.
Tackle. Screw quarterback.
I would gladly take Luke Altmaier with one of our 7s just to fill the quarterback spot. I don't mind that.
Well, it's a tackle here, right, guys?
Well, here's the thing. I like Keegan Trost. He's like a 6-something-year player in college. His arm length's too short. He'll probably move to guard. Are we taking 2 guards here, or are we trying to go with Burke, who's a bona fide tackle? That's how I view it. I like Trost. Don't get me wrong. He's just more projected as a guard. Where the fuck is Green at? You mean Taylor Green?
He's gone.
He gone.
He's gone.
He gone. Where'd he go? Out of curiosity, where'd he go? Of course they did. The Dolphins took him.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
All right, I think we're going to go Travis Burke, folks.
Yeah, the same Burke.
No. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Bell. I'm not. I'm going to go Burke. We're going to go Travis Burke for swing tackle depth.
Go for it.
4-year starter. Guys, I'm loving this mock. I'm fucking loving this mock.
All right, we don't have a 6.
I don't care.
We just have 2 7s now. Who's on the board?
At this point, we can go anywhere.
Hit all.
Yeah, we can go anywhere. I like Jaden Kennedy. I think he is a very underrated nickel guy, but we already fixed that with Jalen Kilgore.
Yeah.
Unless we want to double dip for obvious reasons.
Check quarterback.
Quarterback. Sawyer Robertson. Luke Altmaier. If I had to take one, I'm taking Altmaier.
Yeah.
Look for tight end 3? Definitely. Raleigh Nowakowski. Where's Max Bredesen? More of like a fullback tight end hybrid. Did they hold on, wait a minute. Where's Marlon Klein went to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Where's Kazmarek?
Keep scrolling.
Where the hell is Kazmarek?
Was he taken?
Am I blind? Where's Kazmarek on this thing? Did he go already? Where did he go? It doesn't matter. I can't see him. I can't take him. Oh, he went to the Patriots. Of course he did. It's like a Patriots pick right there. Klein probably went in the 3rd or 4th. No, he went real early here, and or late rather at the 6th with the Raiders. Riley next pick, the Ohio State guy. No, yeah, I was gonna take Kazmarek, but I really like Nowakowski. That's the wrong position. I would like Nowakowski. We could always wait later, and it doesn't matter. It's the 7th rounder. And we only got 2 more picks, so we got to use them very strategically. Yeah, dude, I don't like anything here. Like, this is all like, what the hell? I like Kennedy, but we already got Kilgore.
It's the 7th round. It's like just throw a flyer.
We don't need linebacker.
This is what it is.
Like, we don't need another receiver unless we're talking return specialist, but that's not Caldwell.
Well, if you selected Law's your guy there.
Yeah.
So you're good on that. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
So my proposal to y'all is we take a tight end, and then we take Luke Altmaier. That's my proposal. Is knowing there? I don't know. Get it? It was a joke. Never mind.
No.
I'm not seeing them. Unless I passed them. Max Tomsiak? Hold on. No, ain't no way. Hold on. I got to search this up. Ain't no way he's related.
I don't think he is.
Bro, how many people have that last name?
I don't think he is.
Bro, how many people have Tomsiak as their last name? He's got to be related. Got to be related. Uncle is former Steelers NFL quarterback Mike Tomsiak. I knew it. Max Tomsiak, his uncle is Mike Tomsiak. I knew it. I knew there was a relation. That don't mean he's gonna be a Steeler though.
I don't think we need to go any more.
I knew it. I knew it.
I think we're good on that.
I knew it.
No, I think we go tight end here.
Styles. Oh, you're talking
Lorenzo.
Styles. Yeah,
Lorenzo
from the Ohio State. He's a speedster. That's obvious. Where's he at? He's all the way down here. I'd rather take Cole Wisniewski.
But we already took a safety though.
Yeah. Yeah, we really need another safety. Nowakowski it is. Yeah, I guess we're going to go Nowakowski here. Do we go now Kowski or Altmaier first? Because we didn't take a quarterback yet. We got to take a quarterback.
Go Altmaier.
And take Nowakowski later?
Yeah.
Are you guys okay with Luke Altmaier being your quarterback 3 or 4? Unless you guys want another one of these. Morton. I know some of you guys like Morton. God, this quarterback class sucks. This is not a good quarterback class. Oh, my God. Fuck it. We're going to take Luke Altmaier.
Let's just take it. Quarterback 4.
And then we're going to go Riley Nowakowski.
Yeah, see, there we go. Boom. See, it all works out.
Hold on. Do you guys want more picks? Do you guys want more picks? Bro, it's the 7th round. It's the 7th round. Okay.
I don't even know who else to pick.
No. Yeah,
Well,
the board's so bad we don't want no one else. No. But there we have it. There we have it, folks. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our mock draft. Look at that. Look at that. A B, a solid B. Some of their grades for some of these players on their boards kind of whack, but overall, I think their website's pretty cool.
So we go Vega 21, Bernard 53, Jalen Kilgore 76, Dominic Orange 85, Tacario Davis 99. We go Kendrick Law 121, but we trade up to 122 to have back-to-back picks. We trade away our second fourth, the comp, our sixth, and one of our sevenths.
Yeah.
Our last seventh. For 122 with the Falcons to get Kyle Lewis. We take Travis Burke for 161, our fifth. Then we go to the 7th round and we take Luke Altmaier with 224. And then to finish it off, we take Riley Nowakowski with 230.
Yeah, TJ, we might actually make that a short. We'll just take clips of this and edit with the picks and then kind of just put in like clips or pictures of that player or whatever, some sort of graphics. I think that'd be really, really, really cool. But shout out to you guys. This is all your guys' is doing. This is your guys' selections, your guys' popular vote here. So shout out to y'all. What a mock draft. Some picks very similar to the ones we had in our final one. But yeah, this would be a haul. I would be very happy with this if this was the haul the Steelers got over the weekend.
And that's with 10 picks right there.
10 picks. 10 picks. I can't believe Law and Kyle both made it there to the 4th. That is crazy. That is crazy. But you guys, man, thank y'all for that. We're definitely going to be doing more of these throughout the week. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll still be live. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you guys will be live for, obviously, the whole draft and everything going down there. But we'll be doing more of these more interactive mocks throughout the week as we'll be live every day this week. So we want to thank y'all for tuning in, for chatting with us for the past, 2.5 hours?
We've been here for a little over 2.5, so yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
It's 4 o'clock, so it's about dinner time. So we're going to...
Or time to prep dinner, really.
Well,
that's my job.
Same, different, but
That's
still
my
same.
job.
I know. But, yeah, we're going to call it a stream here. We want to thank you guys for tuning in, for hanging out, for chatting with us, and for coming away with a hell of a mock draft to close it out, man. You guys are going to be... We're going to be here all week. Hopefully you guys will be along. And, yeah, we're going to be doing more of these interactive mocks. So it should be fun to see how it pans out. But it's good to be back on the live stream. It's been a month or so. But finally, we got some time. We're on vacay. It's the draft week. You know we had to be live. So I'm glad we could be here. Glad you guys could be here with us. And thank y'all for the continued support. We do greatly appreciate it. But it's the draft week, so you already know things are going to get crazy. We leave for Pittsburgh on Wednesday morning. It's going to be crazy in Pittsburgh. I'm already trying to prepare for the chaos, but all I know is I'm going to enjoy myself.
Yeah, big time. I mean, I look much forward to it. It's going to be a fun week. I mean, the draft's almost here, guys. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be interesting. And you know the rumor mill, man. It's just going to be running. It's going to be stirring up as we get closer to Thursday night. But I look forward to it.
Yeah, and if what they're saying is there's going to be a lot of trades, it should be a very exciting draft in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean, again, one of those rumors that's just going to be continuing to stir up. So let's get to it.
Yes, sir. But you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon/evening. And we'll see you tomorrow for another live stream and another interactive mock draft. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you in the next one at the end of the day. Thank you guys so much. Love y'all, and here we go, Steelers.
And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace! Yeah!